you ready for Cinco de Mayo?
Sometimes I need a good reason to get out of bed. Got sleep in my eyes, clouds in my head. I need a shot of something to make my motor go. Yes, I do.
Cinco de Mayo.
Turn on the Klein and Alley show.
Excuse me, there's cilantro in this.
Give me some Klein and Alley show.
Pollino bacana.
Give me some Klein and Alley show.
Just look at the size of that burrito.
Get your motor running with the Klein and Alley show.
I'm gonna grab this beer. His beer's right here.
I said, get your motor running with the Klein and Alley show.
You're about to experience a Latino party.
We are live in Los Angeles. 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
What a great day to do some drinking. Good morning and welcome to your Cinco de Mayo Monday here on KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show.
Hola.
Greatly appreciate Omar's fine work at finding all of our most authentically Mexican clips to play during that song from the very Mexican Ray Heffenstall. We are white.
Happy Cinco de Mayo from the whitest people around, Klein and Alley.
Well, I think white people like to celebrate Cinco de Mayo as much as anyone. We just don't know how to celebrate it correctly. But today, Suave Agave will be here for some tequila tasting. We'll find out if that bottle that Vanessa brought us back from her cruise was a giant scam or was it actually the good tequila she thought she brought us. We got that to get to. The big mystery will be resolved on today's show. And just before we even begin, apparently it was Vanessa's birthday over the weekend. I completely forgot.
Oh my God, are you going to try and roast me for what I said?
It was the greatest line I've ever heard in the history of lines.
You forgot her birthday completely. So what I did was at least better than what you did,
Allie
which was
claims,
absolutely nothing.
I totally forgot it was Vanessa's birthday over the weekend. And Allie goes, I didn't forget it was her birthday. I knew it was her birthday. And I was going to text her, but then I didn't. and by the way, she's so mad right now.
I'm
because
not mad, but I love that you think it's like, oh, that's so funny. What a
You forgot her birthday?
I didn't. No,
you forgot her birthday too.
No, I didn't.
You guys forgot my birthday last year, and you forgot my birthday this year.
It's a tradition around here.
No,
I said what I said. Okay, Vanessa, shut up. I'm talking. I said throughout the day yesterday, I was like, oh my God, it's Vanessa's birthday. I have to text her. And then the day got away from me. And then as I was sitting there watching TV in my living room, I was like, damn it, I haven't texted her yet. I have to text her happy birthday because I bet everybody else forgot. And then I was dumb and went to sleep and woke up. And this morning I was like, oh crap, I'm that person. You, on the other hand, have been told many, many times when Vanessa's birthday is, and you did not even think that it was important enough to remember.
The irony is that Vanessa and I were texting over the weekend. That is the crazy thing. I didn't know it was her birthday.
That's even worse.
And I still texted with her.
Yeah, but
that wasn't on my birthday. That was a Saturday.
Who knows when your birthday is?
Why were you texting her on a Saturday?
Well, I was texting Klein about a show that I know he's watching.
Yeah.
And I needed someone to freak out with. Of course he said.
If you need someone to freak out with, always text
what
Kevin
show are you guys
Klein.
watching? What do you guys have in common?
I'm the guy.
4 seasons.
The one I was promoting on for the Netflix show. Which,
the Tina Fey.
But then he's forced to have in common.
But Allie's right.
He also likes Emily in Paris.
I love Emily in Paris. Is there a new season of that? I got to get into that. So anyway. Today, in honor of your birthday that Allie and I remembered, we will have a Suave
So we blew it completely.
We blew it, but
for different reasons.
But that's okay. I think forgetting each other's birthday it becomes an annual tradition around here, and I think it's great. I rarely know when it's anyone's birthday until after the show when someone goes, "Oh shoot, was today Johnny's birthday? Did we forget that? Or today was it?"
Does Vanessa care, by the way? Because like me, I don't care.
I don't either. Vanessa does care though.
She does.
Yeah.
Oh damn, that's weird.
I did like
She's
my
so
birthdays.
cold.
Yeah, I know. Well,
what?
Everyone likes their birthday. Come on.
Should we all give her the load towels now or wait till later?
Happy birthday, load towels.
That's right. All right. Well, anyway, we're all together again. Totally worth it. We'll be drunk in a little bit. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Monday. It's KROQ, Klein Alley Show. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. It is Cinco de Mayo Monday here, so the fun can officially begin.
We're celebrating the wrong person. Johnny, get in here. I'm Colombian.
Nope, sorry. Today you're not. Today you're not.
You're
Vanessa.
Mexican, Vanessa.
And you made this point, and some people are agreeing that everything you've said, you may be the best Mexican on the show, Vanessa, even though you claim you're not Mexican.
True.
And I think that'll be
Probably true.
listen, everything she does, they almost convinced she's a child, but now other people are convinced she's a Mexican child.
Sweet dude, shout out Netbangers. I'm here to back up Vanessa when she said about everybody in Mexico is her size. I'm gonna back her up on that. Maybe not on all itty bitty size like her.
Itty bitty size. Itty bitty.
Everybody in Mexico is usually pretty small. I'm 6'1". I've been going to Mexico pretty consistently since I was a kid. And everything there nowadays is too small.
So that's for you, Vanessa. So clearly just more evidence that you're either a child. Forget about that Mormon or Mexican game we were going to play, Allie. It could just be Mexican or child game for Vanessa. That could be our new...
That seems like it'll be even more problematic. I didn't know we could outdo ourselves there.
I didn't want to start the show with bad news, but yesterday was Pantyhose Greg's comedy debut. We don't have the audio of his performance yet.
Do we know that audio exists?
Did he do it?
Okay.
You guys were concerned that he says a lot, but he doesn't really go and do it.
Because he was supposed to do another open mic night at some place, and he didn't go because he couldn't catch the bus or so. There was some there was some long story about why he didn't get there.
He told us he paid for the course Cool Beans.
Cool Beans
Comedy. And I don't know how much he paid for that, but the whole payoff, like the graduation of that course was you got to go to a comedy club, and in this case it was the Ice House in Pasadena, and do a set. And as you know, Jake has been bragging for a long time about the fact that he's Greg's manager.
Yeah.
Well, Jake, bad news, not anymore.
PhD here, Pantyhose Greg. I'm just calling.
Is there a better mascot for Cinco de Mayo Monday morning than that guy right there?
PhD here, Pantyhose Greg. I'm just calling to officially fire Jake.
What?
He was not at my show last night.
Wow.
He's supposed to be my manager. He hasn't done anything for my career. Jake, you're fired.
Wow.
Whatever. He hasn't made me a dime. I'm a good manager.
Jake fired. How funny is that?
Hey, PhD has a point, though. You need to go to his shows if you're going to represent him as talent.
I'll go to the next one.
It's his first show.
Yeah, you would think, too, even as a fan of comedy, Jake would want to go because he's...
But I given him great advice.
What was that?
To wear pantyhose on stage.
Uh-huh.
And
to go by Pantyhose Greg.
Yeah, but did you know whether or not he even wore pantyhose? You weren't there to see.
Well, I told him to.
Right.
You're fired.
Well, according to him, you're out. So Pantyhose Greg has just fired Jake as a manager. And what does that leave in your client roster, Jake?
Well, nothing, I guess.
All right, he was your one and only client.
You failing as your own manager?
Man, this is exactly like the Jerry Maguire movie, only the exact opposite. He had that one client that he was able to ride all the way to the top. And Jake had one guy, and it was Pantyhose Greg, and now...
You're fired.
You're out. So there you have it. Well,
I would watch that movie still.
It would just recreate that whole film, but with Jake and Pantyhose Greg.
Pantyhose Greg is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character.
We gotta
he never goes anywhere.
Got to take a break.
Show me the pantyhose.
When we get that.
Show me.
If you want $100 of Allie's money, believe it or not, we're still sober right now, at least I think. $100 of Allie's money could be yours if you want it. Call now, 800-520-1067. A Cinco de Mayo. Allie knows the news. Next on KROQ.
Listen to KROQ at 9 noon, 3 and 6.
This is Ezra from Vampire Weekend.
What up, Los Angeles? This is Group Love.
You just got off stage at the Just Like Heaven Festival.
Your last chance to win your way in to Just Like Heaven. This Saturday, Brookside at the Rose Bowl. Over 20 bands, including... Vampire Weekend, the return of Rilo Kiley, Empire of the Sun, Block Party. TV on the radio, Peter, Bjorn, and John, Slow Dive, Group Love, and more.
We are streaming live on YouTube this morning, which will get interesting when we start throwing tequila down. And apparently we have some contestants on the phone for Allie Knows the News now that are already drinking. Good morning. Michelle, where are you right now?
Hi, I'm at, where are we at? Paul's, right? Yeah.
Oh, my God.
In Orange.
So you're at a bar right now?
Yes, I'm at
Great.
a bar.
Hang tight. Keep drinking.
We're having coffee.
Coffee?
No, not yet. We're having coffee.
Sounds like she's defending herself already.
I can't wait for this.
$100 becomes your money right now on a Cinco de Mayo Monday. It's Ali Knows the News on KROQ. Every morning around this time for your chance to win $100 of Ali's cash. And sometimes there's theme songs waiting on the GOAT line to put you in the right mood before you battle a listener. We've got plenty of people that want to battle you, but I think we're going to talk to Michelle, who's at a bar, quote, drinking, quote, coffee right now.
But then she also said, are we drinking coffee?
Right.
What are we drinking?
And also, where are we right now? That was even better. So great start to her Cinco de Mayo. She'll be on in a moment to battle Ali. But here's a new theme song for you.
It's Cinco de May. The weather outside is gray. She's openly gay.
Aww.
She hates AAA.
Yeah.
But what a way to start your day by making her pay. Let's find out if Allie knows the news.
Beautiful. That's one of her many catchphrases that she'll be dropping throughout the entire show.
It's more of a catch sound.
There it is. That's how you know she's partying. That's like the equivalent of your Cabana Klein. That's that's when you're in full party mode. So let's say hi to Michelle in Orange, who was. Are you still at the bar, Michelle?
Yes, I'm at Paul's Cocktails in Orange, having coffee.
And everyone else
with
there
a little bit of Jameson.
Okay, you're drinking some JMO. Well, that is
I'm glad you got it all straightened out.
Official drink of Cinco de Mayo, some Irish coffee right there. All right, let's get into it. Allie's going to leave the KROQ studios. 5 questions about the news. Answer them quickly, confidently, and accurately. We can pay the people. If you're listening along, please play along. Let's see how you would have done had you been on the hot seat like Michelle is. And here we go.
Allie knows the news.
All right, speaking of drinking and Cinco de Mayo, this celebrity's tequila brand will be Venmoing you $10 to buy your own guacamole if you order a drink using his tequila. Yeah, that's right. Which celebrity's tequila is offering to give you...
Casa Amigos?
Well, I just asked you for the celebrity's name, not the tequila's name.
Clooney.
Clooney. Okay, go to question number 2. We'll score it at the end. Question 2. Collection on this type of debt goes back into effect today. You have this type of debt.
Student loans.
Who's helping you in the back there? Is that the bartender or is that another drinker?
No.
We clearly hear the person. What's wrong with you?
It's obviously, I don't care. By the way, I hope you win. I just think it's... has ordered the reopening of this notorious prison.
Alcatraz.
Question 4.
You've had it for a while, right?
Yeah. We don't need you, pal. Question 4. This was the top grossing movie at the box office this weekend with $76 million.
More than likely.
Is it?
And now I hear you asking the person. Now you're asking him you're literally repeating the question to this person.
Minecraft?
And finally, question number 5. This horse was the winner of the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, Minecraft.
Oh, it's, God, who won the fucking Kentucky Derby? I lost
can't say that
money.
word. You can't
Sovereignty.
say.
Angry drunk.
Sovereignty.
Angry drunk, yeah. Say it again.
Journalism.
Sovereignty won.
All right, hold on one second. They're having an argument now. This is great. Well, Cinco de Mayo is a fun day. Everyone is off the rails early. All right, let's bring Allie back in. We'll score it together. Hold on, Michelle. Allie, you battled Michelle and potentially 3 or 4 other people. I'm not exactly sure who was helping her, but she did have help.
Can I have help?
No, you cannot. The same, Michelle, the same person helping you at the bar can help Allie, okay?
Okay. Sorry.
It's chaos over there.
Really? Is that fun?
It sounds fun. Well, she tried to deny she's getting help, and we hear the person loudly yelling the answers at her.
I think if you're drinking at 6:30 in the morning, you do need help.
That's fine. Absolutely true. I think it's the wrong type of help. Don't worry, I'm getting help. It's with Allie Knows the News, though. All right, here we go. Question number 1. We'll score it together. Michelle, you're battling Michelle. Question 1. This celebrity...
Michelle, you're battling Michelle?
No, I'm telling you, Allie, you're battling Michelle. This celebrity's tequila brand will Venmo you $10 for guacamole if you order one of their drinks based on his tequila brand. Which
I
celebrity?
think The Rock does this every year, doesn't he?
She said Clooney. The correct answer is Dwayne The Rock Johnson is doing for the 5th year in a row his Guac on the Rock campaign. Guac on the Rock. If you go to a place and they don't actually have guac, I guess you just prove you bought his drink and they did Venmo you $10.
Yep.
Go to question number 2. Allie's up 1-0. Question 2. Michelle's not in a good mood already. I'm going to mute her because she's cursing a lot.
Oh, cool.
Question 2. Collection of this type of debt goes back into effect starting today.
Is it Student loans?
She guessed student loan as well. Michelle, good news. You're on the board. It is student loan. You got that one. Or actually, I should say the guy behind you got that one. So congratulations. You go to question number 3, and Allie's up 2-1. The president has ordered the reopening of this notorious prison.
God, Alcatraz?
He is saying, bring back Alcatraz. That
he
is
had a
correct.
busy weekend pissing people off.
Sure did. And she got that as well. So she's now 2. Allie has 3. We go to question number 4. Allie knows the news. This was the top movie at the box office this weekend, grossing $76 million. Which movie is it?
Thunderbolt.
Absolutely, that is correct. The top movie is the movie that we talked about. Here's a clip.
Thunderbolt and Lily very, very frightened me.
It seems like a great film. Michelle did not get that. She said it was Minecraft. So we go to this final question. Hey, Michelle, I don't have good news for you, but I'd like you to not swear when I deliver this. I don't think you can come back and win anymore.
Okay.
She's going through a lot of the emotions of drinking right now.
She's already ordering another drink.
Question 4. Question 5. Here it is. The last question. Allie, this was the winner of the Kentucky Derby.
Sovereignty.
She got that as well, and she swore because she lost money on it or something. But regardless, hold on 1 second. Michelle, thank you. What must you shamefully admit over the airwaves of KROQ before we hang up on you?
My name's Michelle, and Allie knows the news.
There we go. All right, pleasure.
Oh, we'll have the Rock Venmo you $10.
Oh, man. We can't give
Just
you
for
any of
playing.
Allie's money, but that was... Someone made an interesting point on the goat line about that horse race that happened over the weekend, the Kentucky Derby, where, you did not have the favorite. But the winner of the horse race apparently was the one horse that we never mentioned. We did a lot about the Kentucky Derby last week with Jake's Bands and the Kentucky Derby. And the only horse that we did not mention at all was the one that ended up winning.
It was the only one we didn't mention?
Apparently, we mentioned every other horse that was in that race. And the only one that we did, and he's right, we didn't mention this horse, but you got to hear this because he says this is the equivalent of a reverse mush.
Yeah, because when I heard who won, I was like, that was a horse? I swear I've looked at this list a bunch of times, and I was like, I swear that wasn't even one we talked about. But the name was kind of boring, so we wouldn't have brought it up in Jake's game.
But interesting enough that you think about we've been accused of mushing a lot of stuff on the show. I mean, this is Blind Charlie. He makes a really good point.
Wow. Winner of the Kentucky Derby is Sovereignty, a horse that I do believe was not mentioned a single time last week by you guys.
Not once.
In the Showtime, not in your Jake Band bit, not in the ADHD news, not a single time. All the other horses were mentioned, like, ooh, that one's a 30-1, and that one's a 3-1, and that one's got a cool name. All of them f***ing lost, but this one horse that you never mentioned, who happened to be the third place 7-1 odds, never mentioned at all, ever. So you guys are the masters of mush, and I think Sovereignty owes you guys some money because you made everybody else lose. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So there you go. Congratulations. The winning horse is the only horse that we did not mention. And that's how you can tell who's going to win the next horse race.
Yeah,
if we don't mention them, they will win.
If the Kentucky Derby's as entertaining when you just listen to it as Blind Charlie did.
Yeah, I wonder if he even knows. Well, it's funny that we're taking his advice. He may not even know who won that race. You think he listened to it?
But I mean, the broadcasting, the live broadcasting, like, I don't know what the hell that guy's saying. He's like an auctioneer.
Yeah, that's great.
But if you're
So
just
ladies
listening,
that wear funny hats?
Oh, yeah, the funny hats. It's all weird. The hats are like falling off when they celebrate.
yeah, but then there's like an influencer who's getting all criticized because she didn't wear a funny hat.
Yeah, it's great. It's a whole vibe.
Where's your funny hat?
Next year, we got to get involved in that. All right. Well, it's Klein Alley Show. It's Cinco de Mayo. We'll start drinking soon. Hopefully, you can join us on KROQ.
One shot.
Cinco de Mayo Monday. So let's talk about some authentic Mexican cuisine. I was at Benihana over the weekend. Now, Allie, you know me. You think I love Costco and I love pizza. I'm a pretty simple guy to figure out. Benihana has always been, as long as you've known me, and as long as I can remember, one of my absolute favorite places in the world. Mm-hmm. Everything about that place. I
Which
really,
is weird because that's a basic bitch kind of place.
I know, dude, but I love... Thank you. It's almost like I'm back at it. By the way, listen to them doing the silverware on the hibachi. Didn't sound like that.
As soon as you sit down, it's like...
Yeah. No, not at all. And I was listening. And yep, good. We've got a new and improved one now. The remix.
I'm just doing your whole experience.
I think that people either fall in one of two camps with that place. They either love it, like can't get enough of it, think it's great every time, think maybe it's the best restaurant just in concept and everything
I love
else.
the idea of it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they have to pull back a bunch of the tricks?
Yeah, they did, Omar. And I'll tell you,
that's my problem with it.
Not only that,
flip me shrimp, man.
No, they won't do it. Yeah,
right.
Replace the flipping of the shrimp with the lamest trick ever, which is they pull out one of those like laser lights like you'd use to play with a cat, and they just hold it on the table and go, dance party, dance party.
Yeah, it's
so
stupid. And what about the onion volcano?
Yeah,
that's dumb too.
They say what now?
They say like dance party, dance party.
What kind of alternative?
Why do you like this place?
Okay, here's my point.
You like the dance party?
What should we do other than flip shrimp?
This is my point.
Well, we gotta say something when we do the laser pointer. What are we gonna say?
That's what the guys...
You dance? You do your little shimmy? Dude?
No, I don't dance. I think when he says dance party, he moves the rice around on the the rice is dancing. The point is.
You already sound like you're out on this place.
Okay, I think this weekend, I've accepted the fact that I'm now out on Benihana. I think
it took you this long?
Yeah,
because you hate dancing.
Because I hate dance parties. This guy goes dance party, dance party. That's it for me.
Don't move the rice
I'm
around.
done.
Make me at a party.
I'm not. I didn't come here. If I was at a dance party, I wouldn't be sitting here at this hibachi, sir. And it's sad for me to say that because I never thought. You know, maybe it's a band that you like loved. I mean, we're passionate about, and then you just one day, I don't know, just decided. I guess I'm over. Maybe it's this show for some people.
What did you not like, though? Really?
You know,
is the food? The food's not good.
The food is consistently the food. The shrimp. I mean, the fried rice they do with all the giant ladlefuls of garlic butter. They can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. People make the argument about that place that sometimes it's kind of like it's a gross. You've accepted the fact that you're sitting around this community table.
You're at like a Chuck E. Cheese, essentially.
I used to always argue as a different category. And by the way, not cheap, like not cheap at all.
How much was it for two people?
I went with my two kids because my wife hates it. She's already said, I'm done with In-N-Out. I mean, I'm done with Benihana. I'm done. She goes, it's gross. I always feel lousy afterwards. Whatever outfit I wear that I pretty much have to burn afterwards because you cannot get the smell out ever.
And it's awkward.
So she was out of town. So I took the kids, and for the three of us, and they got kids' meals. And nothing special, nothing fancy. And I got a regular meal, and I want to say about tip and everything was close to $200.
What?
$200, $180 something for three,
Dude.
me and two kids. The people next to me we had a few drinks and everything else. I'm sure their bill must have been maybe north of $300.
Yeah, because everyone else only goes there when they're celebrating something. They don't just go there for
right. Well, that's the other part.
Friday night.
They ask around. They will not accept the fact you're not celebrating, and they ask you, "Are you here to celebrate?" You go, and when you say you're not, it actually feels even sadder.
What is this dance party for?
I mean, I'm celebrating this dance party. Can you pull out the laser light show again? But my biggest issue with that place is that they have not changed their act, minus dance party, which was a substitution. They have not updated the act at all.
Yeah, but that's what
in 10 years, in 20 years. Imagine if there's a comedian that comes to town once every year. You'd like to see a few new jokes.
Yeah, but think about a gimmicky place like Medieval Times, for example.
Sure.
It's the same crap.
No, they do different. By the way, I think of Jungle Cruise as a good comparison.
They always change their jokes.
They're changing jokes, and they have different ones to pick from. And even if you go on Jungle Cruise a few days in a row, yeah, you get some of the same lame jokes, and they're intentionally lame.
Yeah, but that is the same course every single time, and they come up with new material for that same exact ride.
My issue with Benihana is not the gross part of it. It's not the fact that it's gotten pricey. It's not the fact that sometimes you do smell like that place forever after you go. Like you literally will always smell like it. It's that they have put zero effort into the show.
They're not trying.
There's no effort, and even the guy that was doing it, and I've had.
Well, it's just another day at work. For them.
They're really phoning it. I had a guy that was operating my table and the other table. Thank you, sir.
More like.
Yeah, it really was like that. And he was kind of turning to them, and he was like, "Did I do this trick over here for you guys yet?" And I'm like, "No."
Man.
He goes, "Well, I did it over there. Did you guys see it?"
What?
And I was like, "Yeah, you tried to catch the lemon on the little fork." He's like, "Yeah, it didn't go well." I go, "No," and that was it. He moved on.
Tried to catch the lemon on the fork. Yeah, that's lame.
It was really lame. And
What would you like them to do there at the
Benihana? I'll tell you, Omar. Thank you for asking. They have so much stuff at their disposal. They have the knives. They have the flames.
Did you
they have the
try and pitch them stuff?
I didn't pitch them stuff, but I was talking.
You pitched dance party.
I was talking. You guys doing dance party yet? And I did talk to some of the other people at the table. Strangers, which is always weird too.
Oh my God, you were that guy.
And I just
hey,
said,
what are you celebrating? I have ideas on how they can make this better.
I said, you guys with me? The show's kind of lost its luster.
Oh wow!
You know? And
why would you put a damper on their day? They're celebrating something, and you're going to talk to them about how lame it is.
I just said, are you with me on that? I'm not crazy. Even my kids, and these are young children. They should be impressed by anything. They were like, "Can we have your phone, Dad?" And I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah,
we're
but
at
like 30 years ago, Benihana was like a big form of entertainment. Now these kids can have anything. They have so much stimulation. So something like this isn't as exciting as it used to be.
Put the chef on a unicycle while he's making the food or something. I mean, it was like, I don't know. I feel like everyone, I watched around at other people. The most entertaining thing was a table of teenagers next to me was just taking everything they had and throwing it on the grill to see if it would melt or not.
You know what they need to do?
That was more entertaining.
They need to start doing like, you know how rock bands are trying to get inventive and they're bringing in like audience members to come play the guitar and like shred Green Day?
Yeah.
They should do that.
Right. Well, they used to do that. That was the fun part. They'd throw the shrimp at a guy and he would catch it in his mouth, but then someone sued and they got rid of that act altogether. And by the way, the place was, I was at the one in Encino. Packed beyond packed. I mean, people that are like, I had a 5:45 reservation. I've been waiting an hour for my table. I mean, like it is. So somehow it's working still.
Damn.
I mean, it is packed.
Yeah, but that's why change something when everyone
they got
loves
to change it because they're losing me, and I'm telling you,
they're losing me, and I've been once in the last 10 years.
You're right.
Okay,
how you gonna make up for that? This dance party's going down the street. All right.
Klein Alley Show, the world famous KROQ. KROQ.
Need inspiration?
be celebrating you by giving you the ultimate gift, the gift of sleep, pillows every day, grand prize of a mattress worth thousands of dollars, and a one-night getaway. We'll tell you all about it coming up on KROQ. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. It is Cinco de Mayo.
I got you a bottle. $65. $65.
Going to find out today when Suave Agave comes to hang out with us in studio if that bottle of tequila that Vanessa brought back from her cruise in Mexico was actually the premium high-end tequila she believes she got, or did she get tourist scammed, as we're all convinced. And we'll be doing some tequila tasting, and we'll figure out if someone can tell the difference between a $3 bottle of tequila and a $3,000 bottle of tequila. What? I don't know if we're the right crew for that. We'll get into it all, but first, your news, which starts right now.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, there's a lot of build-up, a lot of excitement, and it was over in 40 seconds. Does that sound familiar, Klein?
God, I wish. 40 seconds. It's a marathon.
So I'm talking about the Kentucky Derby. The winner was a 3-year-old colt named Sovereignty at 7-1 odds. Did you bet on this one, on this horse?
Yes, I did. Not on this horse, no.
Because you couldn't spell Sovereignty?
Couldn't spell it. Tried, it wouldn't autocorrect, and I just said, moving on
Forget
to the
it.
move over to the loser horses.
Did you? How much money did you spend?
Well,
did you win anything at all?
No, I lost all the bets. But the nice thing about playing the ponies is you take a few different horses you like, and then you do some boxes or exactas or trifectas. People that don't know horse racing don't even want to hear about this, but even people that do, it's kind of boring to hear about other people's bets. The reality is this was one of those horses that a lot of people I don't know, maybe if you know what you're doing, you would have picked it, but
it was like a forgettable.
Yeah, I think a lot of people had some of the long shots that they really liked. It was either long
shot or favorite. You don't go in the middle.
Yeah, and it was also not that exciting. Even the payout on this, if you hit the superfecta, I know you don't. That means basically you got all 4 horses in order, right? Usually, if you had a superfecta at a race like this, $1 bet pays $3,000, $5,000, $6,000. I mean, crazy odds.
Right.
This one, it was like the odds weren't even that great because most of the horses that finished the top 4 were all in the favorite they were all
so
like
it's not
7
like
to
the
2,
payout was that
8
crazy.
to 5. Yeah, you didn't get any of those like 45 to 1 horses.
Yeah. So the favorite was a horse called Journalism, who was right in front during the last furlong or whatever.
Yep.
But then this one, Sovereignty, came around the outside. It was like a come from behind victory. You know, it was like in the back, and then all of a sudden it pushed forward, and all the jockeys and horses got mud all over them because it was all rainy and gross out. And the owner of the horse had won a Derby once before, but it was that year that Maximum Security got disqualified.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like
That's
a win
crazy.
with an asterisk. And this time it was a real win, so they are now $3.1 million richer. And anybody who bet on Sovereignty, it was like a $7 to $1 payout. But
they talked to the winning jockey like just after the race, and these jockeys were coated in mud because it was just a disgusting track.
Right.
And this is what the jockey said when they got off the horse.
I love the hot dog.
And I was like, that's Vanessa. We know her.
She is jockey size.
She is.
And I also didn't realize that the jockeys, they only get 10% of that payout.
Yeah.
And they have to pay out all these other people that
that
help
take care
them.
of the horse.
Like
They
they have to
feed the
pay their
horse,
valet,
right.
their agent. They have to have taxes taken out. So even a number one jockey gets probably less than $300,000.
But that's the other funny thing about it is the horse
For
gets
winning.
all the credit. They never say the winner of this was,
I would even say the owner more than the horse. They're like, great job, owner. And I'm like, well, what? You're just sitting there in a suit.
They also said that every single one of these horses in this race was related because they used the sperm.
Secretariat.
Yeah, they used, right. That's
Isn't that every race, though, now?
I guess.
I feel like Secretariat blood is that's every horse now that's racing
the
professionally.
most expensive fluid on the planet. Move over fresh squeezed orange juice, move over printer ink, move over toner. It is winning horse semen is the most expensive liquid in the world.
It's really good for your skin. You can buy some.
And for facials alone.
But because we were talking about this, Katie actually watched it, and she said she cried. It was so beautiful or whatever.
She cried at the end of the horse race?
What?
Horse racing, I think of Santa Anita and another horse dying.
Yeah.
And then she was like, yeah, but these are like Secretariat ones and they want this. I was like, I don't know. Like, I think in a way they're born with a different mentality, right? They're like kind of born with this athletic mindset.
I
That's
cried
what they say.
when Sandman totally choked and couldn't even finish in the top 4. You better believe I cried too.
All right, Mother's Day is coming up, but motherhood in general is going down because people are finding more and more reasons not to have kids. They're saying, I want my freedom. I want that sweet dink life, the dual income, no kids. Those people seem like they are having the time of their lives. But many claim that a population crisis is happening, and if we don't start breeding fast, it will end civilization as we know it.
Gotta
And
get
they
some
now
of that horse semen and some volunteers.
Just start.
Make some
I want
Secretariat babies.
Secretariat babies, all right?
That's
Make
right.
me $3.1 million. So they have tallied now how many kids we need to have in order to save civilization.
All right.
So every woman needs to have at least 2.7 children.
Every woman on the planet.
Yeah, human populations need 2.7 children per woman. And right now the U.S. is at 1.66. So we are well below what we're supposed to be.
This weekend, and we're fine.
Yeah.
There's people everywhere. There's
Am I
too much people.
A complete moron. I feel like there are more people than ever before.
Yes.
So
And
what are?
I was also at Benihana, and there was too many children there. They should have eliminated one child at every table, as far as
I
I'm
know.
concerned.
I just
That's a good
don't
trick. Do that on the table.
And then for any video game fans, we finally have a date for Grand Theft Auto 6. They have delayed the release of this game. I know people were super excited just about the teaser trailer that was put out. There hasn't been a new Grand Theft Auto in years. And so they said the official date now is May 26, 2026. So that's when you can look forward to it. I know you're still over a year away, but
Tell
people
your
are
mom
still...
when she asks what she's getting for Mother's Day, you tell her you're going to get her a copy of that Grand Theft Auto. That's what every mom wants, some GTA 6.
I actually just bought and downloaded 5 the other day.
That's usually Allie's move. She waits for the new one to be announced, and then she gets that
It was
sweet
$30
deal.
bucks.
I believe it. If you want to get your mom something and don't want want to pay for it, we are going to be hooking you up with these sweet, very high-end Tempur-Pedic pillows every single day this week because I think that moms want sleep more than anything else. Someone's going to get the grand prize, a Tempur-Pedic mattress from Sit and Sleep, and then we'll talk about the one-night getaway. Moms getting hooked up on KROQ.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Are you ready for Cinco de Mayo?
Welcome to KROQ. Good morning. It's Monday. We will still be drinking, and for some people that got after it this weekend, they may think that Monday is the last thing you want to do is wake up and start drinking again, but that's what's going to happen as we're celebrating Vanessa's birthday, the forgotten birthday, over the weekend, and more importantly, Cinco de Mayo, which is a holiday that people use as an excuse to drink and eat tons and tons of delicious food all day long, and we will take every advantage of that holiday that we can right here as a couple of white people on KROQ.
I also can share my recipe for white people taco night if anybody needs it.
They have to. It's an annual tradition. It involves a lot of ground turkey and some yogurt.
Yeah, but if you're feeling frisky, you can do ground beef. You just have to get the mild taco seasoning packet by McCormick. Right. Just do mild.
A very special white person taco night recipe from Allie to get to later today. And Jake was out and about talking to people to see if they even knew what Cinco de Mayo was celebrating. So I think it all gets lost in the fun of it that people forget what Cinco de Mayo is actually on the calendar for. And this guy clearly knew.
What's your name?
Jack.
From where?
From Glendale.
Can you tell me what Cinco de Mayo is celebrating?
Christmas for Mexico, no?
What?
That guy got it. Nailed it right out of the gate. Christmas for Mexico. So let me be the very first to wish you a Merry Mexican Christmas today. That's
Feliz
right.
Navidad,
That's
everyone.
how you just celebrate.
That is hilarious.
Lots to get into this hour on the show. If you're a mom, we want to give you the gift that moms want more than anything else, which is peace, quiet, and sleep. Every mom says they want it. We've got a sweet prize we've been putting together behind the scenes here, and here's how it's going to work. By the end of the week, one of you moms will get yourself a one-night stay at an oceanfront room at the Paseo Hotel and Spa.
That sounds great.
Oh, my God, it sounds amazing.
And we're going to give you a nice spa treatment right there at the Arna Spa. That is what you will get at the end of the week, and here's how it will start. Every day this week, we're going to be hearing from moms that are all sleep-deprived.
Check.
Different reasons why you were sleep-deprived. In fact, today we're going to talk about the most annoying way you've been woken up as a mom. Sometimes it was going into labor. That could have been from the very beginning.
Sometimes it's your kid throwing up on you.
That happened to Allie this weekend. Mm-hmm. So we will get to that this hour on the show. And every day we're going to qualify a different mom with a sweet brand new pillow that hopefully will give you some better sleep. At the end of the week, someone's going to get themselves a brand new king or queen size Tempur-Pedic mattress from Sit and Sleep. You're going to get, Allie's holding it up right there. Look at that on the YouTube.
Tempur-Pedic pillow. These things are expensive.
That's a nice pillow right there.
Isn't it?
Whoa. Those things ain't cheap. I mean, those are plus north of $100 for a pillow, but if it instantly makes you sleep better, moms, you deserve it. So we'll get into that coming up this hour on the show. And we'll find out if Jake was ever able to find anyone who knows what Cinco de Mayo is all about next. KROQ. de Mayo Monday here on KROQ, and people are out drinking. We've already talked to a woman this morning that called for Allie Knows the News, who was already at a bar drinking, and we've heard from quite a few people, text line, etc., that are also drinking today, because why the hell not? So Jake went out, was at a bar, and was asking people that were drinking if they know what Cinco de Mayo is all about. Where we left off, it was this guy who had definitely the wrong answer.
Can you tell me what Cinco de Mayo is celebrating?
Christmas for Mexico, no?
Mexican Christmas.
Well, now that you mention it, maybe not.
He realized how stupid it sounded after he heard it again.
When you repeat my dumb statement back to me, it sounds dumb.
I realized that I don't want to go on record as saying that.
Cinco de Mayo. That's a good one.
Have you ever heard of Feliz Navidad?
Feliz Navidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And so, you still think Cinco de Mayo is...
Mexican Christmas, I guess.
All right, he's back
Now
to
he's
Mexican
back.
Christmas. We had
When
him.
he says Feliz Navidad, he's like, oh, that's right. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
So this guy went from that is right to that is stupid to that is right. And that is not even the dumbest answer we hear from him.
Wow.
Now, here's someone else that was they had no problem drinking, but they were not really sure what they were celebrating.
Can you tell me what Cinco de Mayo is celebrating?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm born in North Hollywood, Burbank.
Ah, there's a good answer right there. I was born in North Hollywood, Burbank.
She doesn't even know where she's from.
Right.
I went to Catholic school my whole life. Cinco de Mayo, something about, I'm not gonna lie, Mexicans.
Something about Mexicans. All right, well, we're moving in the right direction. I still think something about Mexicans is a better answer than Mexican Christmas.
Really? You think so?
It's close.
I mean,
They're
I
both-
guess she's not wrong. It is something about
Something about.
Right? Yeah. I'm completely go for it. Do whatever the you want to do. Cinco de Mayo, I'm not too sure about what exactly it is.
Clearly, she doesn't know what it is, but she's saying if it's for you, you go do it. If you believe in it.
So
Go
inclusive.
celebrate it. You know, if you believe what you believe in, fuck it. Go for it. You know?
If you believe in it. If you like, it's a leprechaun.
It's like the most woke. You know what? If you celebrate it, you go for it. You do you.
Right.
It is a holiday.
I don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I go do my work, my school, whatever during that day. But if you want to go celebrate it, go celebrate it. Go drink, go beer, go tequila shots, whatever you want to do.
What a great quote. Go drink, go beer, go tequila shots.
I think that's the official motto of Cinco de Mayo.
The best answer we got. And then there
And
was...
wasn't she technically celebrating it?
She was celebrating it. She was in the process of celebrating it, but she doesn't celebrate.
I don't believe in it.
And then Jake approached this person, and I don't know if this is a familiar voice because we remember... Is this the same... Well, you listen, Allie.
What's your name?
Joyce.
Oh!
Is this the person you
My
did...
love! She's
Jake,
back!
Is this the person you did the pit check to?
You better believe it.
Oh, man, I really want to hear the
Oh
pit
my
stop
God.
with Joyce.
Joyce.
You got to find Joyce.
They sure are wet.
The last time that Jake encountered Joyce was when
we were doing pit checks.
when it was really hot outside. It was the first heat wave of the year, and this was our first encounter with Joyce.
All right, what's your name?
Joyce.
Joyce, how did you prepare for the first heat wave of 2025?
I went to Ventura and got the hell out of Burbank. I got out of Burbank. It was beautiful. Came back. It was too hot. Hopefully we'll get a few more cool days before the real heat of the summer starts. And this summer is scary. What's it going to be, 120 degrees? Last year in Burbank, it had, I think, 115. I'm not looking forward to it.
But then...
This is where it gets good right here. Forget
Okay.
that first part.
Hold on.
that Allie
Because I don't
played.
know when it starts.
This is
They smell, sure.
Oh, yeah, this is when he asks.
Jake asked if he
to
could
smell her pits.
smell her pits to see if
Okay.
she wore deodorant.
All right.
This is Joyce.
Smell, sure. Kidding me? I'm sweating to death. I don't know how much they smell, but they sure are wet.
Oh, God, Joyce. Oh, Joyce.
I love her. I love that you found her again.
That's amazing. So Joyce has been reapproached now at the bar, and she's been asked if she knows what Cinco de Mayo is all about, and we'll end it here.
What's your name?
Joyce.
Joyce from where?
Joyce from Burbank.
Joyce, can you...
Previously Long Island. Go Island.
Joyce, can you tell me what Cinco de Mayo is celebrating?
I don't know. I'd have to Google that.
She's got a snort, too, which is great. I don't know. I'd have to Google that as my new...
I don't know. I'd have to Google that. A lot of the places are having celebrations. There are a few places here in Burbank. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention names, so... But yeah.
There you go.
I don't know
Joyce.
if I'm allowed to mention names.
That's Jake out there, undercover investigation of Cinco de Mayo, and we learned an awful lot about it. Today's show is very educational. Who knew? So
Did you continue talking to Joyce?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Happy Mexican Christmas for all of you who celebrate.
If you believe in it.
If you believe in it, we'll take a super quick break. We are back with more show next.
Listen to KROQ at 9 noon, 3 and 6.
This is Ezra from Vampire Weekend.
What up, Los Angeles? This is Group Love.
You just got off stage at the Just Like Heaven Festival.
For your last chance to win your way in to Just Like Heaven. This Saturday, Brookside at the Rose Bowl. Over 20 bands, including Vampire Weekend, the return of Rilo Kiley, Empire of the Sun, Block Party. TV on the radio, Peter, Bjorn, and John, Slow Dive, Group Love, and more. Keep it on KROQ to score tickets, courtesy of Golden Voice.
Feels good to be free
On the world famous KROQ.
Hey, it's Klein. You know. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Warning, this next thing we're going to listen to is rather disturbing. Even more disturbing than the conversation we just got into with people that found out that their family was riddled with incest and Hitlers. This is Jake approaching people in the streets yesterday, an unexpected heat wave that blanketed the Southland, and temperatures got as hot as almost 100 in the valley. And even though Omar says that we are over...
You're right on that, man.
It felt like almost 100 in the valley.
Okay.
And there was a time when I had to put the windows down temporarily just to get some fresh air.
Oh, wow.
Jake went up to people to see if they were prepared by asking if he could sniff their pits, something that we call pit stops here at KROQ. And here he is with his own introduction he put together for the segment.
Hey, it's Jake, and I'm on the streets of Los Angeles during the hottest day of the year, during the hottest time of the day, to see if people are willing to take a KROQ pit stop. Yeah, pit stop. Pit stop. Pit stop. Yeah, pit stop.
So cool.
So here he is approaching people and seeing if they were prepared by making sure they had on the right amount of deodorant for the heat we experienced yesterday.
What's your name?
Sage.
Sage from where?
Sage from Los Angeles.
Sage, how did you prepare for the first heat wave of 2025?
Oh, not well. by having in-home air conditioning and on a hope and a prayer.
What's your favorite hot activity to do?
Swimming in the ocean.
Finally, Can I sniff your pits?
What a transition.
Those first two questions were just to lead to this one.
That is something. That is...
It's all about the foreplay.
How attractive is this woman?
She's pretty attractive.
She sounds attractive.
Yeah, she's like swimming in the ocean.
I mean, if you're going to go up to, do the pit stop, I mean, I would only approach attractive women.
Well, let me tell you, this takes a weird turn before we get to the fourth person. Oh, watch out.
Oh. Finally, can I sniff your pits?
No.
Oh, no.
That took a turn.
She wants no part of that.
No, you sad man.
Neither of us would enjoy that.
You're right. This has been a pit stop on KROQ.
Pit stop. There we go.
No! You're making them do it?
Oh, that's great.
That's amazing.
All right, moving on. Jake goes up to the first sweaty guy.
That's the sound of her car getting away from him as soon as possible.
Actually, that's a real car leaving Jake. Here's the first sweaty guy Jake found.
What's your name?
My name is Hiram.
Hiram from where?
City Terrace.
Hiram, how'd you prepare for the first heat wave of 2025?
I drink a lot of beer and stay cool.
What's your favorite hot activity to do?
I would say just chill at the beach.
Finally, can I sniff your pits?
Nah, bro, that's cool.
Thank you for saying that. This has been a pit stop on KROQ.
All right, cool. KROQ. East Los.
Pit stop.
Pit stop.
All right, so he got a couple of.
He
didn't do the rear in that time. Now, Jake did
I think he's about to get punched.
Jake did not only get nosed, though. People started turning around, appreciating the service we're providing to make sure that nothing worse than being with someone that's got some rank BO because they forgot the deodorant up on a hot day. So Jake, once again, finally found some takers.
What's your name?
Trisha.
Trisha, how did you prepare for the first heat wave of 2025?
I was not prepared. I was zero prepared.
That's why we're doing the pit stop, to make sure people are prepared for the next one, because all of a sudden, one of those days, you forget deodorant, you hope it's not a day where temps are getting close to 100.
I thought it was going to be cold. No fans, no heating, cooling towels, nothing. Not prepared. Now I am.
What's your favorite hot activity to do?
My favorite hot activity to do in a heat wave? Yoga? I would say yoga, yeah.
Finally, can I sniff your pits?
You asked the same 2 preliminary questions to everybody, Jake?
Yeah. He wants to make them feel comfortable before he...
This went well the first 6 times.
Right.
I guess that.
So then, of course, immediately as soon as she talks about yoga and feeling relaxed, he goes with this.
Can I sniff your pits?
Sure.
Wow.
Okay.
What are my pits?
Your armpits.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop.
She
Is she getting out the mace now?
She gave him permission and then realized, what are pits?
What are pits?
Your
How do you not-
armpits. Oh, God.
What they're asking me to do. This is my job.
Okay. How much do you get paid?
Not enough.
How am I?
It's decent.
Am I good?
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah.
That's been a pit stop on KROQ.
Oh.
Thank you.
Strange reaction.
You think when she gets home, she's like, hey,
how was your day?
Yeah.
I got a pit stop on KROQ. What is that? Well, a guy wanted to sniff my pits. Now, we only have time for one more. I mean, there's a few more he's done here. I feel bad not airing all of them because Jake went through the trouble. But I do want to give you this woman, Joyce, because let me tell you.
Joyce's choice.
She's got a story, and this is the final pit stop, and also a gentle reminder to make sure you got on deodorant on these hot Southern California days.
All right, what's your name?
Joyce.
Joyce.
Now, in the voice alone, it sounds like she is fried inside and out.
All right, what's your name?
Joyce.
Joyce, how did you prepare for the first heat wave of 2025?
I went to Ventura and got the hell out of Burbank.
I can tell you I prepared for the first heat wave of 1825. That's what it sounds like.
Does she have like branches in her hair? I just picture someone kind of living in the forest.
Kinda, actually, yes.
I got out of Burbank. It was beautiful. Came back. It was too hot. Hopefully we'll get a few more cool days before the real heat of the summer starts.
It's funny because she's trying to have a real conversation about the weather, only she doesn't realize in a moment Jake's going to have to ask to sniff her pits.
Yeah, I know.
This summer is scary. What's it going to be, 120 degrees?
What?
Last year in Burbank, it had, I think, 115.
I can tell already that you're probably getting a whiff off her before you even ask for the sniff.
Not looking forward to it.
What's your favorite hot activity to do?
Go to the beach, get where it's cooler.
Finally, can I sniff your pits?
Oh, they smell, sure.
Oh, God.
God, dude.
They smell. Sure, like they should get asked this regularly. All right, fine. You too. Come on in.
Here we go. This is Jake getting to know Joyce very well.
Oh, they smell, sure. Kidding me? I'm sweating to death.
Oh, God.
Oh man.
And he's like ready to go with the sniffer.
She's hoping she says no, but she says, come on, get in here.
I don't know how much they smell, but they sure are wet.
Oh, my God, lady.
How do you not know how much they smell?
God.
So much moisture down
Jake,
there.
I think you're meeting your soulmate right now.
This is Jake. It just sounds like Jake. She's like female Jake. I don't know, but they're wet. Mine are wet,
Come
too.
on over.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
See? That's what happens when you get off a train in Burbank.
That's what happens when you get off a train in Burbank?
Apparently.
What a great advertisement for the Metro.
The perfect storm of smell. Public transportation, 100 degrees, Burbank.
That's what happens when you get off a train in Burbank.
That is like a life lesson that we will forever
Honey,
remember.
it was not the train. That was going to happen regardless.
Listen to Jake's reaction.
Oh, goodness. Oh, God.
That's what happens when you get off a train in Burbank after being in the beautiful coolness of Ventura.
This has been a pit stop on KROQ.
Oh, there you go, pit stop. You gonna wipe them now so that I don't have to carry them around anymore?
What?
Got a cool rag?
Oh my God.
He wants you to wet him.
Mother's Day is on Sunday. We all think that moms want flowers, or at least we just don't put a lot of thought into it. So we said, give her flowers. She'll like those. And for the most part, that's not what they want. They want the thing that is so hard to achieve, and that is sleep. Good quality, uninterrupted sleep, which
and
is
a little me time.
Yeah, well, we're going to give moms both of those things this week because that's really, truly what they do want. So we will give you the gift of sleep every single day by hooking you up with a sweet Tempur-Pedic pillow, courtesy of our friend Sit and Sleep. And then on Friday, everyone who qualifies with that pillow, someone's going to get a brand new bed, probably the most comfortable bed you've had in your entire life, worth, I think I saw $5,000, the mattress. It's either going to be king or queen size. And that'll also be from Sit and Sleep. And then one of you moms, in addition to getting all of those other things, will also get a one-night oceanside stay at the Paseo Hotel and Spa, plus a treatment at the spa there on property. So that is what you really want. It's not about spending time with my family. You have to do that 24/7, 365.
Oh, man, I gave Katie a true gift over the weekend. I gave her an alone day. A day where she could just be alone and not have to worry about being a parent, not have to worry about anything else except what she wants to do.
Probably the greatest gift you can give anyone. So we're going to give you an alone night and a bed, a pillow, all that stuff. And every day it'll be different. But today we want to ask you this question. Since people are so sleep deprived, and mom's probably more sleep deprived than any other group of people, what is the most annoying way that you have been woken up in the middle of the night or didn't sleep at all? And I get it. Sometimes that's what you have to do. I had to go to the ER when my kid broke her arm recently. I lost a whole night of sleep sitting in the ER.
Yeah, and then you start.
Now, her mom
eventually,
slept
it
great.
shifts where your mom.
She was home.
She didn't have to get up.
My wife was home sleeping like a baby, but I was in the ER, so maybe I should win this match.
Fine, you're a great mom.
Thank you.
But sometimes it's right when you're about to fall asleep, or right when you start getting into a dream state that, like, whether it's kid related or not, it just, it happens always at that one moment.
Eve, we'll start with you. What is the most annoying way that you have been woken up?
Dibs.
Sweet Dibs, what's your story?
Well, I'm sleeping and my son comes to wake me up. Mom, are you awake? While I'm sleeping, he's asking me if I'm awake.
Yeah.
And my husband's right next to me on his phone. Like, go to your dad.
All right. There's one parent that's clearly up and texting, and the kid wants the mom, are you awake? And I get, that's probably most Saturdays. You know, we wake up pretty early for this job during the week. So the idea that I could potentially try to sleep past 7 a.m. would be an amazing thing. And without fail, at some time between 5:30 and 6:30, I will get the, hey, are you awake?
Wow.
And a lot of times it'll be...
And is it because they want to play with you or they want something?
It'll be like a question like, can I watch, where's the remote? I want to watch a show. Or where's my iPad?
It's just, what percentage of your kids asking you things is just, where is the electronic?
100%. That's my entire relationship. Or can I fix something, or can I download Roblox? Because everything in our family is that Roblox has been downloaded, and then you've lost it, it's been deleted, and then they go, can I download it again? And I go, sure. That's how it goes.
Sure.
That's why I'm not good. That's why moms are far superior than dads, every step of the way.
No.
Jenny, what is the most annoying way that you've been woken up? Someone's going to get themselves the ultimate gift on this show, the gift of sleep.
Hi.
Hi, what's up?
So my 2-year-old daughter kicks me.
I hope my brain isn't bleeding internally.
The worst part is when you do allow a kid to sleep in your own bed. They don't know how to sleep perpendicular or parallel. They always are turned like the wrong way, and
Dude,
they will
I
end
don't
up
know what
kicking
it
you in
is
the
about.
face.
Yeah, they go every which way, and they manage to kick you in the back, the butt, every part of your body.
Ariana, by the way, I think that we're doing a great service now for the population. People needing more kids. We're going to hear stories about why people that have kids have never slept properly, giving away the gift of sleep this week. Ariana, what is the most annoying way you've been woken up by a child?
So my toddler also sleeps in my bed, and she woke up in the middle of the night and then just started projectile vomiting all over me and my husband.
The projectile is the key adjective.
It's kind of wild how kids have a way of really fountaining that vomit.
Yes.
And it is, so, you go, how did you even fit all that in you? You're so little.
And
it's
it's so sudden. It's not like, oh, yeah, my tummy's been bothering me, and then eventually it's just like,
there's no attempt to catch it, to get in a bag, to make it to a toilet.
No, I think they even lean over you.
Yeah. It's just a sit up and a Bellagio.
Like, did I get all of it on you? Hold on, let me make sure.
All right, that's pretty bad right there, and that is so true. Let me say hi to Hannah. What is the most annoying way that you've been woken up? Good morning, Hannah.
Hi, I'm following the trend, apparently. My toddler woke me up by peeing all over my head and hair.
Okay, and was that on purpose because they were mad at you for something, or?
No. She was still, we were still sleeping with her, and she rolled over and just laid it on me. She didn't know. But then I woke up what are you doing? And she was like, I don't know, what's the problem?
So she just peed in her sleep, and it happened to be that her butt was by your head. And
thankfully, it wasn't spiteful.
Well, this person really does need a new pillow. Let's.
I know, what a way to wake up. You have the warm liquid all over your head.
Yeah.
281 said, my daughter used to wear those white princess PJ gowns, and she would just stand in front of me sleeping. And the first time I opened my eyes, and I felt like I just saw the girl from The Ring. It scared the S out of me.
Just standing right there.
That's terrifying.
Let me say hi to Andrea on KROQ. Good morning. What is the most annoying way you've been woken up?
Good morning.
Hi.
I was pregnant, sound asleep on the couch, and got woken up when my water broke, and I thought I peed myself.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
Water breaking, yeah.
A lot of times that's the first way you get woken up, and then you realize this will be for the rest of my life now.
I know. The baby's like, it begins.
Yeah, it begins. Oh, the baby's like, I got a taste of waking you up.
Hey, this is fun.
If you're the person that wakes that person up, you got a lot of power. And that power is something that kids know how to take advantage of. Sophia, we give you the final word. We got to pick someone. Go ahead, Sophia. What's up?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. What happened to you?
So, good morning. So, I was sound asleep, and I hear him shuffling, moving around in bed, my little 5-year-old, and I hear him fart, and it was the worst smell. And the next thing I know, I have poop all over me.
I didn't know this was going to be, what did you wake up with all over you?
It's really turned into that. And by the way, everyone is attempting to try to have people have more kids. Make more of these things that are doing this all.
Oh, my God.
All right,
but
Allie,
we love them, right?
We've heard a lot of stories now. People that have been kicked, people that have been dumped on, and puked on, and everything else. We got to pick someone today that's going to get themselves at least part of the gift of sleep, which is a brand new pillow, and they'll be in the running to win themselves the mattress, the one-night getaway, and everything else.
I don't know. There is somebody on the text line who was woken up by their cat.
Don't think we can accept that, but I know that you have a fur baby. We get it. We're very proud of you. Doesn't count.
I mean, getting projectile vomited on, I think, is pretty bad.
Yeah, I agree. That one,
that's just because, as a parent, you can think of the cleanup process involved in that.
It's a terrible thing because not only you have to clean yourself up, but then you got to remake the whole bed.
You got to remake the whole bed. You got to give the kid a bath, probably. It is a whole, that's an hour or and a half at least.
All right, hang tight. Congratulations. You could all use new pillows. I wish we could give you all pillows.
And you're in the running for the big prize.
Yeah, so get that person back that woke up. Ariana, congratulations. I'm sorry you got thrown up on, but it's totally worth it now, right? Royal Otis, they got a show tonight at the Troubadour Sold Out Show. We got a lot of you into it. Here they are on KROQ.
Vampire Weekend,
that's
Rilo
right.
Kiley,
Now, I was going to hold it
Empire
up
of the
for those
Sun.
people that are watching along on the YouTube, the Net Bangers. The Net Bangers apparently had an unsanctioned hang at my favorite In-N-Out, the In-N-Out by LAX Airport, and they were out hanging.
I think they called drunk, didn't they?
There are quite a few messages from Net Bangers on the GOAT line, which we can't have time for now, and it's hard to tell who's drunk from what. If they're drunk from the Net Banger hang or Cinco de Mayo or
and
whatever.
they went to his Klein's favorite
The
In-N-Out by
best one.
LAX, and
It's
then
the
they
best
went
one.
to a bar afterwards.
Yeah, this was some of them.
Yes!
You're all losers! Missing out! The beggars!
Missing out, losers.
Losers! Klein Alley for life! Bye!
Apparently
You
they-
just called us losers.
Yeah, I can't figure out that whole call.
Klein Alley for life! Losers!
Yeah, I don't know if they like us or hate us. It's another one of those weird things, It's like
Losers! Klein Alley for life! Bye!
it was a great hang on Friday too at that Rove car charging place.
Yeah,
all the
that was
people
really fun.
showed up, and it was really fun to hang out with people that we've seen before, familiar faces, including and then a bunch of new people as well, new listeners to the show and new converts that have just discovered us. But of all of the people that said hi to us, remember Allie told a story about her saving a woman's life at our show hang at Snow Summit, where Allie actually performed.
woman was choking.
Allie says she performed a Heimlich maneuver and punched a woman in her back, and then made it somehow worse. But she claims she saved her life. The brother of that woman was there to let us know that his sister's now dead. But it was
she's
very
not.
nice of him to show up and give Allie that news in person.
Yeah, but it was weird that she choked, and then afterwards he said, "It's okay, it happens all the time."
Right, it happens all the time. And Allie actually went up and did the wrong thing, which was hit her in the face or something.
My weekend was actually busier than I thought for a reason I didn't anticipate. And I think that this is something you've had to deal with. Speaking of parenting, you've been asked to handle Teacher Appreciation Week.
Oh, that's this week.
Yeah, that's this week. And
Omar, I appreciate your wife. I want you to know I appreciate her.
Omar, does your wife get a bunch of gifts this week?
This is the week. It's got to be the week where everyone gets Everyone gets.
I don't know if it's as popular during high school as it is like elementary school, middle school.
Oh, interesting. Okay, because
high school they just promise not to bang their teachers for teacher appreciation.
I appreciate it. But they separate it into each day. They have a different thing that they focus on, and they had a whole theme. I guess this theme this year is called. It's a Wicked theme this year.
Wicked the musical.
My teacher is Wicked Awesome.
Oh, boy. Did you come up with this dumb idea?
I love it. No.
I bet you they just had a regular thing, like bring the teacher coffee, because that's what we can do. You can bring them coffee. Like, they write their favorite Starbucks order. You can bring them Starbucks.
This is so much more complicated. So Monday is like, it's Emerald City celebration, and every snack has to be pink and green. And then the second day is you're so popular, and you have to write them all these notes and stuff. And they emailed me, which I don't know why they would email me and pick me out of a lineup, but they said, hey, would you be willing to handle coordinating all this stuff?
You couldn't even remember Vanessa's birthday. How are you going to coordinate an entire teacher appreciation week?
I have to create a Google sheet, send it out,
Wait, are you
figure
part
out
of the PTO or whatever that BS they try to rope you into?
I'm not a part of anything.
Why did they pick you?
I don't know.
Oh, they probably
That is
because
bizarre.
you know why? Because they're doing musical theme week. They're like, she's a gay. That's probably what they thought.
But
She
then-
must know Wicked. Get her in there.
So she says you have to coordinate what everyone's going to bring in on which days. You also have to tell everybody that everyone's going to donate $5 for some big dinner that they're all going to do on Friday night. And on top of that, if there's a big group gift you would like to get for the teachers,
You're throwing some cash.
you got to tell everybody to throw in cash for that. So then I have to, I tell everybody, why don't you just give me as much money as you want to spend on this, and we'll send one of those like questionnaires out to the teachers to figure out what they like and don't like so that we can figure out what to get them. So that was one of my responsibilities. I sent out the questionnaire, and I start receiving all the responses from the teachers, and then I realize I have done the form anonymously. And everyone's responses are
you have no idea
completely
who wants what.
anonymous.
You blew it.
So I have no idea which teacher's likes and dislikes go to which teacher. And one of them is like, well, I enjoy journaling with my cat. And I'm like, which one looks like a cat lady? I don't know. So now I have to figure out whose teacher goes with what response, and I don't know how to undo all of this because I'm completely screwed it up.
You got to get another person to step up, like a more fit parent to take over, and just say, I blew it. There are some parents that are good at that.
I don't want to respond and say no because then I'm a dick, right? I can't be like, no, sorry, I don't want to appreciate teachers. Everyone else is so happy to just Venmo me $40 and be done with it.
But what is the greatest gift to give? I've said this for every event. Doesn't matter what it is.
They get to sleep.
No, wrong. That segment's over. We're now moving on. What is the greatest gift?
Starbucks?
Cash and
alcohol?
Booze.
I'm not going to give a teacher booze.
You give them all cash and booze. They'll be thrilled.
But
and they need it more than anyone.
I feel like
they need more booze then. Give them even more.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of weird to be like, here's a bottle of tequila?
No. And she's like, my hobbies are journaling. You're like, here you go. Jose Cuervo, new hobby. Enjoy it. That's
Get rid of your growth.
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, you have an opportunity now. You've got the money. Now you've got all the money.
Yes, now I have $200.
You know what you should do? I gotta
get them something for free here and pocket the money.
No. There's a couple.
They're all going to Royal Otis.
Teachers love it. What is this?
Did you say Starbucks? No,
we could double that money. There's a couple of interesting games today.
Oh, interesting.
Once you take the money you made for the teachers, we'll find a game like a baseball game or a hockey game, put it on. And
I feel rich, even though it's not my money.
Yeah, we'll double the money, and then you'll come back and you'll tell all the teachers.
Give the exact same gift.
Good news, Royal Otis still, but we get all the money. That's pretty sweet, right?
Now I like it. I should volunteer for more stuff.
I think more parents should be gambling away with the teachers' gifts. I think everyone would get on board with that. It's KROQ Klein Alley Show.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show. Hey, it's Jake.
If you're new to the show, you may hear some of the terrible things we talk about and think, wow, these are not good people. But our goal, really, I believe, is to be good people. And we think the best thing a person can do is save the life of another person. I tried to save a dog's life. I tried to save
That was a statue.
I tried to save a man that was dead in a van, or was dying in a van.
There was nobody in the van. It was a shoe.
Regardless, we've all made efforts to save people's lives. And Allie claims she came
I
up
don't
to
try
me.
to be a good person, though. It just happened to me. I stepped in.
She comes up to me right when I walk into the bar on Friday at Snow Summit. And she's like, hey, not to brag, but I just saved some lady's life. And I go, first of all, that is exactly why you did that, to brag. That's why you did it.
You would say it to me, and I would say it to you.
Okay.
Just updating.
You were so proud of yourself the way you. Why don't you tell your story? Because I think once you get to the thing you told me, at first I said, good job, you saved her life. Then all of a sudden there's a twist, and you realize you didn't save her life at all.
No twist. No, there was a couple there, and I had been there probably 10, 15 minutes. I'd just gotten my drink. I just set down my whiskey shot and my beer, and I turn around, and this woman is appearing to throw up, but it's not throw up, it's like spit and stuff.
She saw you.
And I was like, I'm here. And I'm like,
monster. Ugh.
Damn, it's like 1:15. I can't believe
Yeah.
We've gotten to this point already where someone's throwing up in the lodge.
The problem with being at a bar during the day. When you're being at a bar during the day,
especially in high altitude, it can hit you.
Sure.
So I see that she's throwing up, and I'm going up, just another person throwing up, and I'm proceeding to take my shot. Then I see that she's stumbling around, and the guy that she's with he's got his arms around her waist and is trying to, I thought, hold her up. But then later, he's kind of like doing a motion that seems a little bit more like the Heimlich maneuver. So then I do a double take, and I go, is she choking? And he looks at me and goes, yeah, she's choking. And I was like, oh, dude, I can't believe I've just been watching this happen for the last 10 seconds. I've done nothing. So I take my hand, and I give her a big-ass slap on the back. I mean, loud, reverberating across the bar. And she cleared her throat and said, all right, I'm good.
Wait, hold on. Woman is throwing up. You think throwing up. Then you realize it's a guy doing a Heimlich on her. What is the length of time between when you witness what you think is a woman throwing up to you realize now you have a situation where there's someone that...
Probably 10 seconds.
In 10 seconds.
This was, at about 10 to 15 seconds.
And you say, is that lady choking?
Well, yeah, after I figured that I was like, why are his arms still around her?
Right.
Like just sit her down if she's throwing up, or take her outside.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't. So then I noticed that I think he's actually doing a maneuver on her. And then I was like, well, she's choking. I don't know how to do the Heimlich, and he's already doing it. So I'm just going to do the back thwap. If you get a good back thwap, it can really
Why are you saying it like that?
Because that's what it is. It's a thwap.
A what?
It's a thwap on the back. It's not a slap. It's a thwap.
Are you trying to do funny stuff?
No.
Are you doing Vanessa's voices? What is going on here?
Was Elmer Fudd there?
What are you saying?
It's a thwap.
Are you joking right now?
No, there's a thing called a thwap. It's like a difference. It's not a slap. It's a thwap.
What's the difference?
Thwap. It's more of a hearty, not
sounds a lot gayer when you say it.
I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just trying to give her a nice whap, thwap.
I'm pretty sure that could be worse.
No,
you gotta lodge it deeper.
It got the thing out, and I said, "What were you choking on?" And she said, "Chicken nuggets." And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm glad that I got it out." And then
glad I slapped you. Is that what you said?
And then she left. No. And then she said, don't worry, this happens to me all the time.
Okay, so here we go. So Allie thinks for one moment, wow, I went up and I...
thwapped.
Hit this woman's back and dislodged a chicken nugget from her throat that was going to kill her. So she starts taking all this glory as I'm a hero. Then the woman turns to Allie and says, don't worry, it happens all the time. So, first of all, that woman needs to rethink her. I don't know.
And that could have been the last time. I think she's prone to choking for some reason.
I think she needs to chew.
Perhaps, Allie, she wasn't choking at all. She's like, maybe she eats her food like a snake or something, and that's how she takes it down.
No. He was and then I found out later that was not her partner, that was her brother. But he said that it does he confirmed that it happens a lot. And 714 said, I was there. I saw Allie do that.
No
and then
way.
I went, yes. And
Get
then
714 on the phone. I don't believe.
Call 714. You were there. You saw me do it. I see a witness.
Was it heroic what Allie did, or was it not? And if the woman says that happens all the time, then she's going around giving a lot of people false hero confidence that everyone's going, I saved this woman's life. And maybe she's just a woman that's got a small esophagus and can't handle it.
She was a human and not a statue.
Yeah, well,
I saved an actual human being.
But you did.
You tried to save a fake dog.
Yeah, but Allie, once again, it sounds like if you didn't do it, she would have gotten it out anyway because she does it all the time.
No, but you don't know that.
You don't know that.
She stepped in. Without the thwap, she could have been dead.
Stop
Because
it.
whatever her brother was doing was not working.
It was not
clearly.
working.
Well, clearly whatever her brother's
The
doing.
thwap saved her life.
It's a thwap.
You need to give fat training.
I'm twained and flat.
Everyone is saying it differently, and I don't like any of it.
909 said for choking adults, you never hit them on the back.
Yeah.
It can cause whatever they're choking on to go further into their trachea.
That's what I thought. Like, I don't remember much from any of the CPR classes I took, but I definitely remember not to do the...
A thwap is an onomatopoeia that refers to a loud, heavy impact or the sound it makes. For example, you might describe the sound of water hitting a ship's side as a thwap.
Okay, great. Regardless, I think a lot of people, and if any of these witnesses, I don't know if any of these people on the phone were witnesses. Hold on, we got a witness on the phone. Hey, hello, Laura?
Yes.
Yeah, you witnessed this, or you were the person who choked on the nugget?
I saw everything,
Okay.
even before it happened.
Okay, all right, from your side, tell us what happened, please, and don't use that dumb word in the process. Go ahead.
So I was looking over in her direction because there was something there, and I asked my boyfriend.
What is that thing over there?
I asked my boyfriend to look for something, and then she went to go get water from the self-serve. She drank the water, and then I saw her spat the water, and I was like, "Dude, she's so drunk. Did you see her spit the water out?" And then that's when she got the I thought it was her boyfriend, but you said her brother. And then he just did the Heimlich maneuver on her, and the water projectiled out.
Yeah.
And then that's when Allie came, slapped her on the back, which we're not supposed to do, but she slapped her on the back.
Okay, yeah.
You're not supposed to do that. But she slapped her on the back, and then that's when I said, "Oh no, she shouldn't do that." And I was going to get up to go help because I'm a nurse, so I was like, "Oh, I might need to help."
I said, "Out of my way! I'm flapping."
But then she already projectile whatever she did out. But Allie did do something great. She went to go get Fiji water and gave it to her.
I did. I went and got her water. I forgot about that.
No way Allie paid for the
so
Fiji.
she did slap her back after she already projected whatever was in
after.
the water. And
So hold on. Allie slapped hold on. Allie beat up a woman that just survived the choking incident? You're saying...
Slapped her really hard.
Right, okay. Wait.
I had to get it out.
Hold on. The nurse that was the witness, you're saying the woman already, you believe from your medical experience as a nurse, had already cleared the airwaves. And then afterwards, Allie went up and hit her in the back?
Yes. After
Okay, now...
projectile all that water out.
Okay. Hero, Allie.
Yeah,
Real
the
hero.
water out, but not the chicken nugget.
Guys, I think I'm more of a hero for almost saving that dog statue now that I hear the story.
Stop it.
So Allie beat up a woman.
Did you hear the part about the water?
Yeah,
I brought her water.
You brought her the one thing she needs.
Bottle Fiji water.
Okay.
Bottle Fiji water.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Laura, thank you for calling to confirm. Great to see you at our event. All right.
909, maybe she scams people like on that movie Choke, and Allie just intervened and screwed up her scheme.
Unbelievable.
909 said that was my sister. She was choking. I can confirm.
That the person's just messing with you. There's no way.
No, this was the person.
If that's true, we got to take a break. We're going to be back in a second. We got lots going on this hour on the show.
72114, I was there too, and I saw Allie smack the S out of that woman.
Okay, great. Allie beat up a woman. Amber? Yes, hi, Amber. Go ahead. Suave Agave has already entered the building and made Allie and I our first drink of the Cinco de Mayo, and it is a strong one. Allie just got to the cherry that she believes has been sitting inside of tequila for at least 20 years.
Well, he was like, the cherry is special, and I was like, all right, well, I got to do with cherry. And then it was like, I could taste the maraschino part for like 0.1 seconds, and it was just boom, a bunch of strong tequila.
Yeah, Tequila Sunrise, how we're kicking things off. He'll be in here next hour. We'll be doing some tequila tasting, and we'll figure out if that bottle Vanessa brought us back from Mexico is legitimately good, top-quality tequila like she paid for, or did she get scammed? I think we know the answer. And by the way, people are in all sorts of good moods today.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
And now your news.
Oh, all right. We're just moving away?
Oh, we got to get to the news now. We got to stay on the schedule. We can't leave Mr. Suave Agave waiting.
I know.
It's the
That's
busiest
true.
day of the year.
All right. Trump managed to piss off a lot of different groups of people over the weekend for a lot of different reasons. So I'll just list them one by one. First, he pissed off a bunch of Catholics by releasing an AI-generated image of him as the Pope.
Wait, that was real?
Yeah.
Wait,
that was him?
He did that?
No way.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, he tweeted it.
Yeah.
What? That is incredible.
Right?
Wow.
It gets better, guys. Which a lot of people who were religious did vote for him. So if he's going to not piss off people, that would probably be one of the groups that he should focus on. Then he pissed off the Bay Area, which he's done many times, by suggesting that Alcatraz be reopened. According to NBC, he will direct several federal agencies to reopen a substantially enlarged and rebuilt Alcatraz. He also pissed off Hollywood by he says he's going to enforce 100% tariffs on any movie produced outside of the U.S. because Hollywood is dying and we have to incentivize people to make movies here in America, which to me kind of feels like a dig on Canada because they've seen a huge increase in projects being filmed there and they offer a lot of incentives. Then to close it out, he did a TV interview where he was asked if following the Constitution is important, and this is what he said.
Don't you need to uphold the Constitution of the United States as president?
I don't know.
Well, all right.
I love Trump, ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Yeah, you've been supported from the very beginning, Allie.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's interesting because on the same weekend that he tweeted out a picture of him
as the Pope,
you also were doing something very similar about yourself as the president.
No, when I read about
No. You sent us,
yeah, what are you doing,
You
Allie?
sent us all a picture.
Yeah, you're the same.
And you said
What?
this is this is what AI says I would look like as the president. Post the picture, John. She sent it to all of us.
Yes,
You're
because I
just
was reading
you
about
and Trump are doing the same stuff.
Oh my God, Klein.
I didn't know he could look more lesbian.
I know, right? Isn't AI so smart? No, I had read about this and I was like,
Look at this
dude,
picture. I gotta
he
show
can
this.
just ask ChatGPT to make me look like the Pope and then release the image, right? And I was like, well, what if I reversed it? And what would I like if I did myself as president? What would it look like? This was all part of my research, Klein.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, I was looking up this picture of him as the Pope, and I was like, God, other people should Photoshop themselves as president.
I'm offended.
Since it's that easy. And so, yeah, I found a picture, just a generic picture of me. It was taken right in that moment. I gave it to ChatGPT, and then it made me look like the president of the United States.
You look so serious.
So
I know. Well, you
serious.
have to look serious when you're the president,
And
right?
so gay. Allie looks so gay in this picture that the emblem of the eagle is actually two eagles tripping with each other. It's like wild. You got to see. This is like the
I
most.
have a tight ponytail. That's how you know it's serious.
Anyway, post that. But that's so funny that you and Trump, same.
I know, we're so the same. All right, last hour I told you we're on the brink of a population problem. Now this hour I will tell you about our tourism problem in the United States. Here's a good news, bad news scenario for you. Apparently, tourism in the U.S. is dropping, and there's a lot of reasons for that, but people are not traveling to the United States like they used to. But the silver lining here is that they think it will lead to cheaper summer travel for you because people are not traveling into the U.S. from other countries for, again, reasons. It will be better for people who already live in the U.S. to have domestic tourism. So they're hoping that the air travel, especially for people who live in this country who want to travel around for the summer, it will be more affordable, which in a time where we hear everything is not becoming affordable, that is something. And then finally, if you were born before the year 2000, you are probably familiar with this sound. That's the sound of a Skype call.
So dance party.
Oh, dance party.
Yep.
And now a couple of decades later, Skype is going away. Today, on Cinco de Mayo, Microsoft is shutting down Skype for good. It is the end of an era. Remember, it was the first mainstream video chat. It felt so weird and vulnerable to be seen on the internet.
Skype sexting was a big deal.
Yeah. Microsoft bought Skype for $8.5 billion in 2011.
We get into a brand new hour of the show. It will be a big drinking hour on this Cinco de Mayo Monday, and we hope that you join us. And I'll be starting after Foo Fighters right here on KROQ.
KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning. Welcome to your Monday. Welcome to your Cinco de Mayo Monday. And yes, you could be drinking alone right now or drinking with friends or friends that you do not realize are your friends yet. That could be us. I'm Klein. That's Allie.
Drinking at work.
That's right. Drinking at work. That's DJ Omar Khan right there. Jake the Nerd.
What's up?
She's getting real skinny. We got to get you on the scale. We forgot to do it on Friday. Ran out of show, but we got to see exactly how much you've lost because it's pretty incredible. There's in the back room Postmaster Johnny. We'll have him in later this morning for some Johnny Doesn't Know Cinco de Mayo. That'll be happening. And then the great Vanessa, who is celebrating today, even though she keeps claiming she's Colombian, this is her day. So we're celebrating you, Vanessa. Happy birthday as well. This hour, we'll figure out the mystery of the bottle of tequila that you brought back from the cruise. And, there's two different schools of thought today on the Cinco de Mayo. You've got the people that are like this.
Are you ready for Cinco de Mayo?
And that guy is ready to party. And then there's this guy who's another listener to the show that's at a completely different end of the spectrum.
Yo, it's your boy from rehab. I almost got kicked out for doing whippets.
So some people are celebrating by drinking and having a great time, and others are calling us from rehab.
I was doing it with deodorant cans. Somebody walked into the bathroom, and I had a can of deodorant in my mouth, spraying it. And sweet dibs, guys. Sweet dibs. Oh, it's in the brain. Relapse.
All right.
Sweet dibs. Love the show. Miss you guys.
All right. Well, good luck at rehab, sir. It sounds like you're in the right place. So you could use some of that, I think.
A listener of the show would be the guy doing deodorant whippets in the bathroom of a rehab.
Strong enough for a man, but pH balanced for a woman.
Dude.
That's the good stuff.
Anyway, I love the show.
All right. Thank you. And good luck. We are wishing you well on your journey. And then there's this, Allie, a friendly reminder to all of us this week.
It's nipple piercing week, Klein.
Yes.
You might want to say one of those bottles of tequila for that day. And did I hear if listeners come down and see you get your piercing, we get piercings as well?
No.
Let us know.
You didn't say that necessarily. But you can join us at Wednesday. We'll be doing that for the very special Showtime podcast when I officially get the nipple pierced.
You can get a solidarity piercing. We just can't talk about it.
Can't talk about it. That's right. Right, so we're not allowed to talk about it. All right, Green Day. Here they are on KROQ. And we will start our drinking. Well, we've already been drinking. We'll continue our drinking next on KROQ. Question. I think that whenever you have to ask the question, does insert whatever here make me gross? I think you know the answer is probably yes.
No,
but you're hoping someone else backs you up and goes, no, you're not gross. But in this particular case, and I think as we're celebrating moms all week for Mother's Day, Allie, we can say that you are gross, not unexpectedly gross.
You would have done the same thing, though, I think.
I don't think I could have. There's no way I could have.
Okay.
When, in fact, I think I've been in a similar situation before, and I think that immediately that's something that you have to take care of.
Yeah, but you don't know my circumstances. So
well,
I
don't think that, once again, details are not important at this point.
No, I think they're extremely important. They're what guided my decision. There are two crucial details here that made me make that decision.
You need to judge. Let Allie know on the text line, 800-520-1067. You're going to hear a story for a minute, and then I just need to know gross or not gross.
So
let me start with this.
God, you're rotten. A monster.
Don't listen to that guy.
One vote.
Listen to me.
One vote is gross out of the gate.
Okay.
A pre-vote. In fact,
you can't pre-vote.
Does anyone want to pre-vote here before Allie tells the story?
Gross.
Jake.
We want pre-vote.
Jake, Jake, what's your pre-vote for?
Okay.
Jake?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
That's all right.
Vanessa, you want to pre-vote?
No, Ali, you're not gross.
Thank you. I got one not vote.
Johnny, got a pre-vote? Gross or not gross with Allie? She hasn't told the story yet.
All right. Come on, guys. All right. So
I didn't get my pre-vote.
I know what you're... All right, thank you. You don't have to vote by making that sound.
Yeah, you
can
do.
just say your vote.
Text in that sound if you're voting gross. Go ahead. What happened?
I forget it. I won't tell it.
All right. The jury, it's unanimous. Allie's gross.
No, we went to Orange County on Friday, and I loved it so much. I said, why don't I go back? Why am I voting for myself?
Allie's pre-voting for herself is gross.
I went back to Orange County on Saturday, and I took my kid with me to go visit my cousin. Halfway into the drive, I'm making good time. If it takes an hour and a half to get to Huntington from where I am, I'm doing pretty well.
You drove to Orange County on Friday for the thing we did, and again on Saturday?
And again on Saturday.
Wow.
So halfway through, it's raining, mind you. Raining.
Yeah, we get it.
Okay. My kid's back there. He's watching his little TV. He's watching something, and he's kind of burping. And he used to get sick in the car, but it hasn't been a thing for like a year. All of a sudden, he's crying. I look back, and he has puked all over himself and all over the little TV thing.
Party.
And I go, oh, my God, I did not even think about this. I don't have anything with me. I have baby wipes, maybe like 3 of them in a little pack. I don't have a towel. I have like an old T-shirt, maybe. And I think to myself, I'm making good time. It's raining outside. If I pull over, there's nothing really I can do.
Yeah, you got the rain. You got nature shower right there.
Yeah,
Problem
but
solved.
it's like that annoying half rain, half not rain, where it's like drizzle and annoying to be outside, but not enough for it to really do anything. I can't clean with baby wipes, especially 3 of them is not going to do the trick. So, and if I pull over, especially in the middle of the freeway, it's going to be chaotic, and the traffic is just going to be building in front of me. So I just kept going.
How long?
So how long did you let your son...
Sit his own vomit.
Right.
He felt better right away, guys.
You don't know how he felt right away.
He did. I said,
vomit,
is your
and I
tummy
don't feel
still
better
hurting?
right
And he
away.
said no.
Right. Okay.
No, but that's beside the point.
He's covered in his own puke. And you decided,
yes,
I'm not going to pull over and deal
I
with
looked
this.
behind me, and it didn't look like that much. And it was the same color as his shirt.
Okay, so the question is, were there in 5 minutes, or was it we have another 30?
No, I was halfway there.
Okay, that is
so
gross.
another like 45 minutes.
Also, what was the color of his shirt?
Double down.
It was beige.
I'm going to double down on my vote of gross from earlier. And I think that
As soon as I got there, I cleaned up what I could. I even brought the car seat all the way up to my cousin's place, washed everything.
Oh, God.
Because that's
poor people. Allie shows up there. I got puke here, puke here.
Okay.
Did you bring
It
a
was
gift?
just
Did you bring a present?
Why would I bring a present? I'm visiting my cousin.
Oh, man. All right.
Look, all right.
Well, the first vote out of the gate on the text line is blah, from 208, followed by a and followed by a lot of A's, L's, and H's. So I assume that's another vote for gross. God,
951. If she had just had a tiny load towel with her, this would have been a game changer.
Vanessa, your tiny towels would have saved the day.
There was no reason to pull over. I stand by my decision.
All right. Well, we can all agree Allie's gross. Another vote, Allie. Push you over the edge. Quick break. When we come back, you better believe there will be a lot of drinking going on. Mr. Suave Agave in the studio, lots of tequilas to get through. We will do it all. A challenge. We'd love you to join us on YouTube so you're not drinking alone. Klein Alley Show. Find us there. We'll be back with that and more next.
Listen to KROQ at 9 noon, 3 and 6.
This is Ezra from Vampire Weekend.
What up, Los Angeles? This is Group Love.
Just got off stage at the Just Like Heaven Festival.
For your last chance to win your way in to Just Like Heaven. This Saturday, Brookside at the Rose Bowl. Over 20 bands, including... Vampire Weekend, the return of Rilo Kiley, Empire of the Sun, Block Party. Group Love, and more. Keep it on KROQ to score tickets. Courtesy of Golden Voice.
Feels good to be free on the world famous KROQ.
This is the story of the one.
Being called gross is not fun. No one wants to, even if you know that you do gross things. Because I'm convinced when you're by yourself, everybody does a few gross things by themselves when no one's watching because they think they're by themselves. It's their own shame.
I mean, that's when you start picking at your body.
You pick, you smell, you sniff.
Yeah, if things fall on the floor, you eat them still.
But then there is public gross. Public gross is no good. And we believe that there are two people on the show that are both going to be competing for the title that no one really wants, which is grossest on the show. It's time for the gross off. In this corner, he has a sweating problem that we know about. He walks around with paper towels under his armpits because deodorant can't even help him.
I have social anxiety.
I haven't said it's you yet, Jake. Let me finish the introduction.
Could be me.
It's Jake.
Here's Jake.
He's also got some sort of a digestive issue, which he has.
Ulcerative colitis.
He has a
digestive. It's an autoimmune disease.
He's a. All right, Jake wins. Let's get out. The contest is over.
Come on, Klein. Why are we doing this?
And then in the other corner, we have a person that has multiple times eaten stuff out of the garbage because it was thrown out accidentally, doesn't care about expiration dates, and has had multiple rashes, including pink eye, to the point where she earned He goes to a pawn shop near where he lives in Highland Park, and this is where we met Mama, and then we met
Mama.
and then we met Nonya, which we think could
Nonya.
be, and then we also met Krala.
Koala.
I didn't remember being so desperate.
Koala.
Yeah, that was like, I've had enough of Jake.
Yeah.
I need somebody to rescue me.
That's her god.
This is every time he shows up with a box of his stuff, which he thinks are valuable. She wants no part of it, and she just tries to pass it.
I remember what's up with this guy?
Oh, yeah.
What's up with this guy? This guy is very weird.
The guy's very weird.
It's my favorite.
Look at this.
I didn't remember that one.
She really
Wow.
hates Jake.
So long I've been waiting, girl, you know I've been anticipating for the day you'd come my way. Now you're here and I got to say, you're my adrenaline, you're my fire. Girl, you make me wanna reach up higher. No star is too far. Spread your wings as we reach up for the sky. Give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now.
Vanessa, who's made her way in here, she's about to be blindfolded in a moment for some tequila tasting, or she calls it tequila testing. We have Mr. Suave Agave himself in the studio, some guy that we did not know existed, but apparently all the rage on social, and as soon as we heard, I guess you listened to the show, and you left a message on the Go line.
Love the show.
Thank you very much for saying that, and you think our show's funnier when you're hammered on tequila.
Way funnier.
Yeah, absolutely, I would agree.
I agree.
You are a tequila expert, right? Are you? Your tongue is at some point you must ensure your tongue. That's how well you're able to taste good tequila versus crap tequila.
Right. I'm just not a professional drunk, which a lot of people think.
So you drink, but a lot of it you spit out, or you just take little sips.
Take little sips. You don't have to take the whole shot. don't go all the way in, you know. But I'm an aficionado. I studied it. I teach it. I've worked in hospitality for about 20 years in high-end hotels, even cruise ships as well. And after doing it for so long, I figured, hey, you know what? Why not teach this stuff?
Hey, Mr. Suave, I have a question. Is this true?
Tequila takes the longest to turn into alcohol poison in your body. So I was like, oh, I need that one.
Is that
True
true?
or false?
Wow, I'm such an expert.
Wow.
Vanessa is impressed with herself.
Vanessa listened to that and was like, I sound so smart.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Is that true?
So listen, tequila is typically one of the healthiest liquors you can drink because there's no additives. If you drink the ones with no additives.
Okay.
Now, there are some that allegedly have no additives, but majority of them do. And
so you'll be able to tell when we give you this bottle, the one that Vanessa brought us back from the cruise ship. And here's how it started. She went on a tequila tasting thing in Mexico, and this was her getting all excited about it.
Cruise news.
This was her excited. Listen.
So I was about to get you guys a bottle of tequila, but the guy thought I was stupid, and I was like, it's for my coworker.
$140.
$140. I was like, sir, come on, buddy. Look at my face.
So she got mad at the guy that tried to sell her the $140 because she said we probably wouldn't end up getting a tequila. But then a day later, she calls back with this.
I got you a bottle. $65. $65.
Now, she brought that bottle. You're seeing it right there. That's the bottle she got. And
among all the other nice bottles of tequila that you have brought in, and you can see them on the live stream.
Yeah, and we were drinking this. And you should check out our YouTube right now because Suave Agave's in studio. He's going to give us the official ruling on this tequila to see if she got ripped off. Now, everyone on Reddit says this is a giant scam that happens, especially at cruise ship port of calls, where they will sell tequila. It's the worst bottom of the bottom tequila. Tell you can only get it here. If this was in America, this would be $10,000 a bottle. Here you're getting a deal, and you're going to let us know. I didn't think it tasted great when I drank it. Allie thought it went down smooth.
I thought it was smooth, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's good, right?
He had it first smell of it.
My God,
Well, and we should also say that before we came on just now, you said that you needed to warm up your mouth.
Yeah. Right. So I'm
That's
not
how
sure
Johnny got hired here.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
Come on, warm up our mouths, Johnny. They're getting cold.
Right.
Well, when you drink tequila or any kind of spirit, what you got to do first is swish it around your mouth and get your mouth warmed up, your tongue, if you will,
right.
Because you're ready to accept all these flavors in the party that's about to happen.
Right.
So,
dance party.
That's right. Yeah. So I already warmed up my mouth. I'm already
loose,
a little socially lubricated, and ready to go.
So this bottle, your first instinct when you look at the bottle, because we're trying to get to the bottom of the scam, and then we're going to let Vanessa do some tasting and see if she can figure out the difference between a terrible tequila and a top shelf tequila.
Right. So the bottle, it's pretty. I mean, it's got the cool, it looks authentic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of research before coming here. Couldn't find much
about this brand.
About
this brand.
Ila Maya?
Yeah. Even not much about it. There's an app called Tequila Matchmaker. That's kind of like the Rotten Tomatoes for
Tinder?
tequila. You can meet a lot of people on Tequila Matchmaker too.
I believe it.
But and there's like the Bible for tequila aficionados, and there's nothing.
Doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
And let me tell you why. Because it was locally made. So what's the biggest local, as everyone knows?
Right. It's small batch, baby.
More expensive, baby.
Right. Okay. All right, Vanessa. Good point. I'm going to say I'm more convinced now than ever before that Vanessa got scammed by this bottle.
But I could also say, as just a regular gringo white lady, he pitching me something versus Vanessa pitching me something. She's just excited about it. I want to try whatever she's given to me. I want to feel like she feels.
Right.
So the thing is that this bottle, we bought it for $65. About
did I say 60?
$65.
$65.
Yeah.
So I got it
this
for
is
65,
what you said.
And you know what? I got you a bottle. $65. $65. Okay, let me tell you why too. Oh, sorry, sir. Because if you feel the bottle, it has texture.
Oh, yeah, because it's raised. That's money.
And also, it's not small. You guys thought I got you the tiny bottle. I got you a big bottle.
Well,
dude, I'm ready to buy Vanessa's tequila bottle.
Vanessa, I'll buy your gasoline drink. All right, so Suave Agave, all that matters is you. You're the expert. You're the expert.
For throwing up, get a trash
Get the
can.
trash
That'd be great.
Get the trash can for this bottle you brought us.
Right on the nose. It smells very sweet. I could smell some Rough.
Rough.
Yeah, let me go in for a dive.
I want to get an actual estimate as to what you think this bottle of tequila. All the lengths we go through on this show just to try to prove each other right and wrong is really kind of crazy. Maybe he changes his tune. Vanessa paid $65. Said it was the best bottle of tequila in Mexico.
Okay, so
I thought it was so smooth.
It is smooth. And so there's 4 additives that you can add in tequila, which is glycerin, which makes it smooth, caramel coloring, oak extract, and sugar-based syrups.
So that's why you taste it sweet.
So it tastes sweet right off the bat. And that's what, then you can, once you kind of train your palate and all, you could sense what that
Do all
sweetness
bad ones
goes for.
smell sweet?
A lot of them do, yes.
Yes.
Glycerin. Are you with me?
Glycerin.
I'm trying to learn.
Glycerin, I would imagine, is not usually something they would brag about, being in their tequila.
No, but if it's under 1%, so the CRT allows any tequila brand to have at least 1% of additives in a bottle. And then they can still say it's additive free. So,
got it.
So that's what they told Vanessa, was that it doesn't have any additives.
It has no additives. It's natural, of course.
Do you think
it's
that
organic.
After your sip, do you believe that is no additives?
That has plenty of additives.
A lot.
In there.
Yeah.
Yes.
What percentage would you guess are added?
90%. No.
Wow, that's such a...
It's amazing.
Vanessa's so upset
It's the
now.
American way.
Vanessa, are you sad because you feel like you got ripped off? Or...
But it's good. It's not bad. I mean, if you like it in a drink...
I had a whole experience. I was having a great time.
Well, this is the thing. We're going to recreate your experience right now. This is why Suave Agave is here. We wanted to give you a proper tequila tasting. It's your birthday. It was your birthday.
That's right.
And so we're going to try 3 tequilas. One of them is bottom shelf, one is mid, and one is top shelf. Let's see if your tongue learned anything on your cruise to Mexico. And we'll all be drinking together. The tequila fun will continue with Suave Agave right here on the World Famous KROQ. back. Klein Alley Show. About to start drinking some tequila in here with Mr. Suave Agave. It was nice enough to come in, listen to the show, heard us talking about tequila. Said, look, he can school all of us on good versus bad. And Cinco de Mayo just so happened that we were going to have him come in Monday regardless. Just so happened it seems like a theme show now.
Yeah.
And also, we should point out Vanessa had her birthday over the weekend. We all forgot it, except Allie. She remembered but didn't send a text.
That's right.
Which is even more messed up than forgetting altogether.
Not more messed up.
Vanessa was going to be blindfolded for this tequila taste test. But the sad part is we didn't even have a blindfold, so she had to take Jake's dog's
I don't mind Kibby.
bandana.
Well, that's a byproduct of Jake and his smells.
Yeah.
Okay, but wait, but
Put
they're
the blindfold on.
Question. Do I still need to do it? Because, like, they all look the same.
You don't need to do it, but you still need to do it.
I think you need to be blindfolded.
I
know, they all look the same.
Okay, fine.
I just want to, Mr. Suave Agave, these are all Blancos we're drinking today, right?
These are all Blancos,
okay,
yes, absolutely.
There's a lot of different categories, tequila, and usually when you start getting to the real expensive ones, you're like an anejo, something like that, right? A darker tequila. These are all kind of, and not that you couldn't have an expensive Blanco, but usually there's other styles are more expensive, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Blanco, you could actually technically age a Blanco up to 59 days until it turns into a Reposado. So you could have a Blanco that's still aged in a bourbon barrel and all that.
What's the most expensive tequila you've ever tasted? What does that go for?
There's a brand called Fuente Seca, and that's a 21-year aged extra añejo.
Right.
That one goes for about $1,400 or so. Yeah,
not bad.
And that's what I was going to bring you.
I know.
Well, you should have, but you didn't. I like Vanessa in the blindfold. All right, so we're going to try. We have 4 tequilas here. One of them is bottom of the barrel, bottom shelf, and one of them is a.
She's holding her hands like she's going to pour it in her hand.
Oh, we got to pour it in
got
her
her
mouth.
hand out.
All right, and Vanessa will get hammered at the end of this as well. So the next hour of the show is going to be one of those.
I'm seriously so scared. You know when you've been hungover from tequila?
Yeah.
Like
the smell, it reminds you of that. Is that what you're saying? Hey,
then after one drink, you get over that.
Omar, play the volleyball clip. I want to ask you, Mr. Suave Agave, what type of tequila do you think she was on when she said this?
Okay, volleyball.
Now, if you really know your tequila, you would know how much tequila she had when she was flirting with a volleyball.
Sounds like a Cuervo. Cuervo all the way. Yeah, that's what it does. Yeah,
that is
absolutely.
correct. This guy's real deal. We had people that called in. When we said he was coming in, we had people that were going,
Sweet Dips, guys. I was just calling because I've heard your 429 show, and I have to say that Mr. Suave Agave, he is legit.
He's legit. Mr. Suave Agave is legit. So here we go. He's our tequila expert now.
Perfect.
We're ready to go. All right, Vanessa, whenever you're ready.
Cheers, bitches.
Tequila number 1.
Are we all cheering? I need to know that you're in this with me.
We're all cheersing you, definitely.
You totally are.
Are we all cheering, she said. It's just the best.
Yay.
Yeah, we're all
Okay.
throwing them back. Woo!
I'm testing.
Now,
You're testing.
we're going in order from left to right?
Left to right, yeah. Tasting number 1. Yeah, we're going to go tasting number 1.
Number 1. I'm not just sipping.
Vanessa looks like she's sitting on a high chair, by the way, on the video screen.
Got our booster seat, yeah.
She looks
All
like
right, now come to the
actually-
airplane.
It looks like a child that we're trying to give medicine to.
I actually wanted to make sure I do need to check your ID before I serve this. I'm so sorry.
I'm 34.
You probably should. Check it out. All right. You want to put this in a bottle, Vanessa? Go ahead.
No,
throw
okay,
it.
I did it.
Is that number 1? So
Number
you're
1.
off to 2.
Number 1. She just did number 1. You
Oh,
guys
she
did
already
number
drank
1?
one. Hold
Yeah,
on,
let's
here we
go.
go.
Let's
That's
all
hard to
dive
keep
in.
up with Vanessa
Oh,
already.
yeah, no, she's
We're
going
just
wild.
going boom, boom, boom.
All right. 1 is down the hatch. All right. We're
One
going
is down. I took a sip.
Okay.
Oh, you're not throwing these down like shots?
No,
I
I'll
did.
die.
Of course, you have to.
yeah.
And by the way, I noticed these are all warm.
Yes, you want to do a tequila at room temperature. You don't want to do it chilled.
Really?
When you do it chilled, it actually nullifies a lot of the flavor.
That's good advice.
Which is
today,
the reason
right?
why people drink it chilled. So it's like, it's not so strong. I don't need a lime because.
Right.
Oh, interesting. But you would agree that the tequila is the most fun type of drunk a person can get.
Oh, you better believe it. Oh,
All
yeah.
right, number 2.
Oh, well, here she goes. She's already.
I'm not saying I'm drunk, but I feel it.
Vanessa is like a hammered baby.
Thoughts?
Vanessa, thoughts on 2?
It's just getting
2
milk
is
drunk.
really sweet. Number 1 tasted like Robin alcohol, and I hope that one's on mine.
I think that's the one you brought us.
Number 2. Number 2 is sweet. Oh,
So let me tell you something too. Is that
it's sweet. I don't know what you want from me. That's exactly my thought. What do you want from me?
Right.
She's already getting belligerent.
Do you think any of these tequilas you brought us would use her quotes on the bottle after she says these wonderful things?
It's sweet shrug. Is that
It's sweet. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing: is that as you guys are drinking it, and this thing about tequila is that when you do taste
feel
it,
it in your body.
you do feel a nice little warm and toasty. But
she's hammered right now.
The more you taste it, the more you're going to get the flavors, and more smooth it's going to be.
She's got her hand out again.
Oh, there you go.
You gotta watch Vanessa drinking tequila on the YouTube right now. She is already about to fall off her high chair, and Mr. Suave Agave is putting the third
All
one
right,
in.
number 3. You better be drinking. Cheers!
Cheers! 3 is going down the hatch. Here she goes.
No? What do you not? What do you not like about it?
Her face.
Oh wow, we got a real
Are
reaction.
you
on this
sure
one.
you don't want my face?
No.
Because my face is saying everything.
Put the blindfold back on. I don't know why we needed the
Okay,
blindfold.
well, number 3, it's smooth, but I still feel that, it's smooth. That's all I gotta say.
You did the tasting in Mexico, though, right? How did they teach you how to do it? How to drink it? You're supposed to breathe in, breathe out, all that, right?
Yeah.
Did you just do that? She
No.
forgot. I know.
No, sir.
Okay, do it again.
Yeah.
Which
Gotta
one was
practice
number
what you-
3?
I actually like 3.
I like 3 too.
I think
Okay.
3 maybe a little peppery.
Inhaling.
Yeah, right.
3 I think maybe the best one so far. But let's figure if any of us know the worst one versus the best. That's the question.
It definitely has the most flavor.
Suave Agave, you got to come with me on Wednesday
It
after
feels
the show
suave.
to get my nipple pierced and bring these.
Bring some
these-
tequila to you, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
heck
you.
yeah, you're going to
All
need
right,
it.
Suave
last. What did she say?
She said it feels suave, guave.
All right, last one. This is the last.
Last one.
The last one. Throw this one down all the way. Finish
All
this
right,
one.
now
Really.
eat
drink
it
it.
all.
Throw it.
Take
Are we
it.
all throwing it in? I need to confirm.
totally are.
Please confirm you're throwing this back.
We're all
all
throwing
throwing
them
it
back.
Woo! Hey, girl.
Bachelor party.
I'm skirt.
I'm skirt. What do you think of that one?
I mean,
Why do you look so disgusted after every single
choked
one? I
every
thought you liked
shot.
tequila.
well, not in this scenario. I feel pressure, but I like tequila in a cocktail.
Okay.
Right.
That one tastes smoky.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
Which one did you like
All
best?
right.
So, Vanessa, take your blindfold off. You're going to try to rank them in order now, from worst to best. We're going from.
The order that was.
Yeah.
What do you?
wow.
What do you think? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one do you think is
One
the?
was bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think 1 is the the worst one?
Number 2 was pretty, on a scale from 1 to 5, I give it a
Hold
3.
on, you're now confusing this system. You just have 4 tequilas here.
Okay,
I
on a
just
scale
need to
from
know-
1 A through C.
No.
A for Z? What kind of a rating system? That's so many choices.
Okay, on a scale from...
I give it a Q. It gets a Q.
Is that good?
I don't know.
Okay, happy face.
Okay, so the second you said tasted sweet.
On a scale from 1 to 5, can I just say?
You should have brought the emoji chart. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The sad face,
It's a
the happy
middle.
face.
I would give it a middle rating.
Right.
Okay. Middle.
Like a happy smile with no teeth.
Okay.
Got it.
It's a P. It's a 40. It's a
I don't know
4P
how
smile.
else to rate
Right.
these.
Go ahead.
Number 3, I didn't like at all. I know you said this was smooth.
It had
Yeah.
a lot, right.
But
Wow,
I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Allison, what did you think?
So you
No,
think frowny face teeth or no?
This one was
Just straight
like
across
a-
face.
a straight across face.
Right.
Straight face. But the first one is a upside down smiley, like no thank you.
A frown.
Okay.
An upside down
Okay,
smile.
not round.
Further proof she's a child, guys.
That's what it's called.
So Vanessa, I
Wait,
will.
and the last one,
Yeah.
I actually really liked it
Oh.
because it was smoky, but I know it's not mezcal, but it was you know, it tasted like a hot dog.
So you think it tasted like a hot dog?
Just like a hot dog. Hey,
I want to hear more rating systems.
wow.
So just to be clear, you rated these in the following order: Z, hot dog, smiley face, upside down,
middle.
3. Is that right?
Upside down smiley face.
Right. I got it. Okay.
Regular
So
smile, no teeth.
Tequila go moo.
This
You know,
one, straight face.
Okay.
No.
Right. So
This
you-
one, a hot dog. Very good.
right.
So 4 was the best one and 1 was the worst one. That's what you believe.
Because it's
Okay.
giving mezcal vibes.
All right, why don't you
Okay. So Suave Agave,
the
only
moment
you
of
know.
truth. The moment of truth. Now that everyone is equally
What is
confused.
my palate?
I am not drunk at all, says 818, but I feel hammered listening to Vanessa explain this system. I give this segment a Z smiley face upside down.
love
All right, so the first one that you tasted was Lost Lore. It is actually comparable price to your tequila bottle. It goes for about $60, and is very authentically made. It is
that was my frowny face.
That should get frowny face.
It is your first one that you did taste, though. So first one's usually kind of rough.
Yeah, you were sober.
Oh, interesting, because that one did taste the roughest to me.
Yeah,
but
so-
I didn't know if it. I didn't know because some people like that kind of gritty taste.
Right, the earthy, more, yeah. So it's funny that you like the second one because the second one is Yayo.
Vanessa. Run for the Yayo, Vanessa.
I don't know. What does that even mean?
It's a cocaine joke.
Oh. So only the
medium
people
phase.
in the room that have done cocaine know about it. You know what? I love cocaine. Oh, my God, Vanessa.
Oh,
So,
okay, so how's Yayo
So Yayo
compare?
Yayo would go about $45, $45.
Okay, so that's the lower end.
one, yes.
Okay.
Number 3 is, I brought probably the goat of all tequilas. This is probably considered one of the most difficult, hardest bottles to get in
That's
the world.
the one I like the best.
Fortaleza. Goes about $95 for the bottle.
Yeah, it's a good bottle right there. I like
that was nice.
Leave that behind,
If you want to know what a tequila really wants to taste like, you go Fortaleza.
Right.
So,
And Vanessa, you hated that one.
she doesn't like tequila.
I forgot already.
She doesn't like real tequila.
And the fourth one.
Oh, snap. The
fourth one.
is the one I brought.
And that's
you.
the one that Vanessa brought us.
She brought.
And that's the one that she liked the best.
Was that
I love the hot dog.
She loves the hot dog flavor.
Oh, she chose it in a lineup again.
I know.
Unbelievable.
She did.
She
did.
beat all
And I
these.
honestly didn't know.
Didn't.
As you know.
We didn't know. That's amazing. Well, she
That
likes
hurts.
it. All right,
So
Mr.
this
Suave Agave, you
feels
are the
like
man.
$100.
Thank you.
Right.
Where can people find more about you? I know you got the Instagram, you're on TikTok, all over the place.
TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I do tequila tastings. I do private events.
This
I go out
guy's
there. I'll
good.
teach you whatever you want. And I'm a goofball at heart, so I bring a little personality to
You're
it.
the best, dude. We will
Thank you,
endorse
man.
you thoroughly. Suave Agave, thanks for coming by on the Cinco de Mayo hang. As 818 said, it's the hot dog flavored tequila. That's the one for me. So,
I love the hot dog.
How many years must you age a tequila and hot dog water to give that perfect flavor?
Oh, God. Go to a stadium and you'll find out.
All right, quick break. We're back with more show and your tickets to Just Like Heaven coming up, KROQ.
Klein, Alley Show. The world famous KROQ. KROQ.
So long I've been waiting, girl, you know I've been anticipating for the day you'd come my way. Now you're here and I got to say, hey, you're my adrenaline, you're my fire. Girl, you make me wanna reach up higher. No star is too far. Spread your wings as we reach up for the sky. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
I see the lightning, feel the thunder. Girl, it's time for us to go down under. I got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories.
Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. I got a shoulder you can lean on.
When
Times get bad, don't be sad. Right here by your side. Yeah, yeah. True love's so hard to find.
When you get it, got to hold on tight.
I got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories. Give me your love, girl. me your love. Give me your love, give me your love, girl, now. Give me your love, give me your love, girl, now. Give me your love, give me your love, girl, now. Give me your love, give me your love.
Lola Young, KROQ, what are you and Omar cackling about in here? I leave the room for 15 seconds to come back.
God.
You guys are having a good old time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has actually been something that's been in the works for, I think, a week or two now, and it was worth the wait. Omar, do you want to do the honors? Because I heard this on an episode of a true crime show that I was watching, and I thought, well, this has some sound bites in it that I know Omar, the audio sniper, could do a lot with. And, man, you delivered.
Thank you. So Klein, Allie sent me a clip of is it a podcast or is it a TV show?
It's Dateline.
Oh, it's a Dateline.
Dateline NBC.
So there's this audio, and Klein is the guy who, in the show, is
He's a person of interest at first, yes.
At a murder, right, in a murder case. And the audio, I felt like I could insert our own Klein into it and create a scene.
Yeah, great.
And,
just play it. All right, blah,
I think
blah.
it came out pretty
That's
good.
fine. Just play
Klein,
it.
Before you
That's
get
fine.
upset, he didn't end up being the killer. He just ended up being a pervert.
That's right.
Great.
That's true.
But he had almost exactly your name.
Win for me. I feel great. Thank you. I remember when you played the clip of this at the beginning. His name was, what was it, Calvin
His
Klein?
name was Kegan.
Kegan Klein.
Kegan Klein.
Sounds cool. All right, great. Get ready for world premiere now. This is just some of Omar and his audio sniping at its finest. And apparently, according to Allie's reaction, I saw, boy, it's good.
Who is Klein?
Klein is the person that will solicit girls to send them pornographic photos.
Right. Oh, that is dirty.
Klein was a big, overweight.
I'ma eat it all. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Not somebody that these girls would talk to kind of person, so he changed who he was.
I'm a handicap.
Not long after that Peeping Tom incident, law enforcement raided Klein's home.
Well, I don't know.
He's a bad guy. He's a pathological liar. He would tell us something we'd look into and it'd be a lie. He lied a lot.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm just a young boy.
Klein seemed to have a strong alibi that he was in Vegas at the time of the murders.
Yeah!
When Court TV's Barbara McDonald learned Klein was in jail, she contacted him.
Man, I am horny now.
What happened?
He talked to me. He gave me an interview from jail. So, are you aware that there's a bunch of news stories out there linking you to the Delphi murders?
I don't have no
Okay.
thought.
You have admitted that you created this fake profile, Anthony Schatz. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Why did you create that profile?
I groomed a young boy.
But when it came to contact with Libby, Klein seemed evasive.
Are you aware whether you may have talked to Libby? Where were you on February 13th, 2017?
I like to smell parts of my girlfriend.
Did you have anything to do with the murders of Abby or Libby?
Me, such a bad boy.
And in the end, investigators couldn't prove he killed Abby and Libby.
We conducted a thorough investigation and ruled him out.
Another dead end.
Another dead end.
I'm boned up. I am boned up.
Klein would eventually plead guilty to 25 charges. He was sentenced to 40 years in prison.
Are you ready for the rear end? Okay, thank you. Great. What a wonderful tribute. Thank you, Omar.
You're welcome.
That was everything I could have imagined and more.
Star of Dateline.
I
That's
love
great.
the question answer section.
Can people with my name stop committing terrible crimes and giving
25 crimes.
25 crimes?
40 years in prison.
It's good to know that if I ever do get accused of doing any crimes, I'm just going to mumble instead of answer. All right, well played. That'll be
I'm a young boy.
instant hit. Shout out Omar, the audio sniper. OMG, this is everything. Wow.
Hashtag Dateline NBC.
Praise pouring through all over the text line for the great Omar Khan. I'm going to go rethink my alibi. And also, Vegas does sound fun right about now.
Yeah.
KROQ. Volleyballs and footballs and basketballs. We'll see how that goes. That'll be in the 9 o'clock hour on a Cinco de Mayo Monday, as we've officially now all been drinking. And one more time, thank you, Mr. Suave Agave, for getting us all nice and sauced up for this Cinco de Mayo. Let's get to your news now. Then a brand new hour of the show can begin. And the first thing we do is get you into Just Like Heaven, Vampire Weekend, Empire of the Sun, Block Party, TV on the radio, so many more. We will get you in at 9 a.m. sharp right here on KROQ.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, it has officially begun the Diddy trial. The Diddy trial is underway in New York. They are officially in the jury selection process. So over the coming days, they will narrow down the jury, and then they will begin the trial. They need a lot of evidence to prove him guilty, but they say they have a lot of evidence, and they're doing something different for this jury selection. You're in the waiting area when you're ready to go in, and before you go in, they give you a little written questionnaire. And you fill out the written questionnaire and you turn it in, and they have already eliminated you. And you can get eliminated through a written questionnaire before you even have to show your face in the courtroom, which I think this should be the new system moving forward. My therapist had to cancel with me last week because she had jury duty, and you have to go in, you have to do the whole thing, wait around, and see if they get to you, and all of that takes a lot of time when you can just write something on a piece of paper and say,
Diddy, great guy like Diddy.
Yep, and then get dismissed before you even have to walk into the courtroom and save yourself a lot of time and energy.
If you write great guy like Diddy, you probably will not be on the trial.
But
although
isn't this the one thing
you.
that you would want to, if you are going to do jury duty, you've committed, it's actually happening, wouldn't you want it to be on a high-profile case where you can be like,
I
hey...
don't know, the content during the trial that's going to be discovered is too disturbing.
And also, it's going to be long. I mean, the benefit of being on any of the, normal run-of-the-mill jury duty trials is usually they're pretty quick. In and
when
out in a
I was
couple
on
days.
it was like 2 or 3 days,
right.
yeah.
So this one is going to definitely drag on. It's going to be a ratings bonanza. There's going to be a bunch of people. And
are they going to televise it, or is that not a thing anymore?
There's going to have that weird chalk drawing of him looking
And then they're like, look what he wore. And you're like, where is it? What did he wear? And then you're like, what is this?
Of all the things in this world that I can't figure out why we're still doing, that part,
no kidding,
that
right?
weird, like...
on boardwalks and in courtrooms is the only time that's being used.
At least I wish they would use one of those, like, funny cartoon characteristics.
He's got, like, a giant head and tiny body.
Like, here's... Like, show Diddy with, like, a giant...
skateboarding.
Funny cartoon head. I'm sorry, our regular court artist was out today, so we got this guy from the Santa Monica Pier. Oh, great. He's drawing the courtroom.
That would be great.
That would be funny.
All right, how are we doing on solving the medication crisis in America? They say that medication is getting more and more expensive. People are not able to afford some of the medication that they very much need. And so here is one of the solutions being pitched by Dr. Oz. Here's how we solve the medication problem. Just don't take so much medication.
That's why he's a doctor.
Which is an interesting thing to think about, because chances are any given person you run into on the street, at work, in your friend group, are on something. At least one thing, right? Even if it's just for sleep.
What, prescription you're saying, or even over the counter?
No, this is stuff you need a prescription for.
Oh, I'm not. I don't think I'm currently on any prescription. Every once in a while, I have a friend that gets a prescription for one of the fun ones, and I say, hey, cut me off one of those.
But you're not on any prescription medication?
No, probably should be.
You should be, sir.
Yeah, I probably should be.
I'm on like 4.
You're on 4 prescription meds, Jake?
Uh-huh.
I bet we could find someone with more than that.
How many of them are poop-related, the ones you're on?
One major one is poop-related.
Right.
That doesn't work. So you can take yourself off of that.
One's... Let's go ahead and cut that out of your system immediately.
Well, at one point, my wife, because she has, she's gone through therapy and had a lot of things going on, and she was taking this, and then to cancel out the side effects of that, they added something else. And then before you knew it, she was on 4 or 5 different medications, and then they were keeping her up, so then they had to give her a sleep medication to cancel out the ampedness that she was. And then eventually she was like, this is getting crazy. Now she cut out everything. Now she's just finally on one thing, and that's it.
Right.
But that's where you run into this problem where you're kind of layering medication on top of the medication, and then all the prices are going up, and you're dependent on these medications. Not that I usually agree with Dr. Oz, but it's something to think about. Like, we are a heavily medicated nation.
If you're on 7 things because those are all to kind of help you take that one thing, it does seem weird. Something's off. But, of course, they're getting a ton of, they're profiting off
Yeah, but if you're
of
diabetic, the answer is to not take less of your medicine.
Oh, of course.
I think it is. I think it is.
I think he's saying just try it.
Yeah, just try it out. See how it goes for you. You know?
Yeah.
Cold turkey, baby.
Tell me how you're feeling and smiley face emojis.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm a guy on no medication now, and I probably should be on a few things, so I'm not the right guy to give any sort of medical advice.
And then I wanted to just share some Cinco de Mayo deals today that you could take advantage of.
Here we go.
Of course, there is the annual Guac on the Rock, where Dwayne The Rock Johnson is
That's a good deal.
offering free guac, but he's also expanding it to any appetizer.
Oh, fancy.
It's not just guacamole anymore. So if you're in a place that has, I believe it's called Terramigos, if you order it, you can get free guac on the Rock. Or if you don't have a place that has it, you can order it, and then he will send you a Venmo for $10, which should cover any appetizer.
Great.
There's also Chipotle. They're doing free delivery on all orders today. Then you've got the important ones like CPK.
Yeah. When I think Cinco de Mayo, I think CPK.
You can get a $5 margarita at CPK, which I'm sure Suave Agave would be very proud of.
Right.
Del Taco, you can get a bunch of free stuff. You can get free delivery. You can get No, I'm barely getting through this, guys. You can get a free burrito when you spend $10.
Yeah.
You can also get $5 off your purchase of $25 or greater. And I think the most important one is at Jack in the Box. If you spend $5 at Jack in the Box,
they'll kick you in the face.
You get 13 free tiny tacos.
Oh, man, it's beautiful.
So many.
All right, let's get into a brand new hour of the show right now, and let's give you something just for putting up with us on a Cinco de Mayo Monday. Here we go.
Show 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Call of 20. Let's go ahead and give you something that you desperately want and need on this Cinco de Mayo, and that would be tickets for you to go to Just Like Heaven, including Vampire Weekend, Empire of the Sun, Block Party, TV on the Radio, and many, many other. Oh, there's Group Love right there. Nice. What a lineup. You got the complete lineup here. If you're watching us on YouTube, boom, look at that. You can see it on our socials, Klein Alley Show at KROQ.com. It's happening May 10th. That is this Saturday. Hold on. Wow. That is happening this Saturday. Brookside at the Rose Bowl. And we'll get you in. Call now. Be caller 20. Pick you up in a moment. This hour on the show, Johnny doesn't know Cinco de Mayo. It is Cinco de Mayo. Johnny is Mexican. But what will Johnny know?
A Mexican cutie.
Hey, Vanessa, keep it to yourself. She's been drinking a lot. She's very turned on right now. That's Johnny. That's your coworker. Very inappropriate. Johnny will be in here in just a moment for some Johnny Doesn't Know Cinco de Mayo, and then we'll make sure Jake gets in here for the official weekly weigh-in because we skipped it on Friday.
I'm actually curious as to what Johnny would think of any of these tequilas. He doesn't drink.
He would hate all of them.
He would think they taste spicy.
I'd love to see his face.
Yeah, maybe Johnny will come in here and drink some tequila.
Cool.
We never talked about this on the air, but the last time Johnny was in here and we made him eat or drink something, he was doing the High Voltage Shoot review, and it was the crab pizza that was being served at Coachella. And
I wasn't here for that, but I heard.
Johnny found out after the show that apparently he is allergic to crab. He did not know that.
Which is hilarious.
He didn't know that he'd never had it before, and he ate it on the air, and then he said his whole
mouth started closing up.
Mouth closed up, and his throat got all swollen, and then he went to the urgent care, and that's when he found out that he is allergic to crab.
And we wanted to find out what else he's allergic to. Like, is he allergic to all shellfish? He said he's never even had shrimp.
Well, that'll all change this week, so let's go ahead. If there's any fishermen listening right now, we need you desperately. Let's go ahead and give someone some good news on a Monday morning as we head to Pasadena. Hey, good morning, Gilbert.
Good morning. Yes.
You're caller 20, and the good news for you is this is super convenient if you're calling from Pasadena because you will be going to the Rose Bowl on Saturday for Just Like Heaven.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Probably park in your own driveway and charge yourself $50 and call it a weekend, and we'll do more of those tickets coming up again at noon right here on KROQ. Jake, get your scale ready so we can see if you've lost a ton of weight. I know in that commercial I heard this morning for Lasara, you claimed that you used to be called Fatty Fat, which I don't think any of us called you. For the record, just...
we could never think of a nickname that good.
Yeah, I wish we had thought of that, but we didn't, so we were calling you other things like... Fat boy. Like that, right. But did you make that up, or did one of us call you Fatty McFat?
You okay, Klein?
I don't know.
Keep saying it.
We're just basically trying to get through the next 45 minutes.
Hey, Vanessa, next time we want to book a tequila guy on the show, let's book him for the last hour of the show. And
I'm also not thinking.
I am full on happy face hot dog right now.
All right, yeah. Well, the good news is the tequila works, so what a day.
It wasn't watered down.
No, not at all. Thank you. Cinco de Mayo, if you're just joining us. This context.
If you forgot, we're not just drunk for no reason.
Make sure people understand. Let's go ahead and stamp this episode one of the ones we throw out in the trash afterwards.
Oh, come on. It's fun.
Oh, it's a good time, I'm sure, had by many, right?
Look, people are driving to work right now and going, oh, man, another stupid Monday. And at least you're enjoying yourself through us.
Yeah. Well.
Or you're going to get to work.
That's right. Thank you, white lady.
I still haven't given my recipe for white people tacos if you want. Dinner ideas.
Jake, while you come in here and get the scale set up, let's give everyone something that they will not look forward to. We just talked about all the great food you could be eating. And let's be honest, Mexican food is the goat food. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
It's always good. It's good when you're sober. It's better when you're drunk. There's a million ways to go. Even kids that are picky kids, they'll lock down on quesadillas sometimes 6 years in a row.
You know, a food is good when it is good for all generations, all ages.
Yep.
And bad Mexican food is good and good Mexican food is good. Like you think about pizza, even bad pizza is still good pizza to you, right? Because you truly love it.
Yes.
Like even if I go to a Mexican place, I'm like, I'm still happy.
Right, but when you get excited about it and then there's something off, like the fajitas they don't have a good sizzle going or whatever, sometimes they like boil the meat or something instead of do it the right way. It is frustrating. But Allie is going to give her official. This is her
white people taco night.
This is her recipe.
We're getting tacos.
No one write this down because you will not need this. But it's the annual reading of her white people taco night tacos.
I mean, he's just listing the recipe.
That's Allie's recipe exactly as she makes it at home.
And scene. I get the stand and stuff shells because you want enough room to be able to stand and stuff. Okay, so that's, I forget the brand, but it has a sun on it, so get that. And then you
get the brand, but it's made in Jersey. Right, go ahead.
Then you get either ground beef or ground turkey, depending on whether you're a red meat eater or not. And then you get the McCormick mild or just the regular McCormick taco seasoning. You put it on the pan,
is turning on
you brown it, and then you add the mixture, and then you add a little bit of water, so you make it a little soupy.
When you say you brown it, you really mean you white it, don't you?
I white it all up.
You white it up big time.
And if it's a little strong for you, you can just do half of the packet. If it's just a little too much.
That's Allie's recipe for white people taco.
You're gonna slice up some romaine lettuce, and then you're gonna put that on a plate with some shredded cheese. I like to do Tillamook.
You buy the pre-shred?
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to shred my own cheese.
Tillamook, the whitest of the cheeses.
Dice up some tomatoes, some Roma, because they're the cheapest.
Right.
And then put a little avocado and mash it with some of the tomatoes and a little onion and lime. Get a little guac going.
So sad.
And then I like to also fry up some onions and bell peppers with a little bit of jalapeno, but it might be too spicy for some people. And then if you don't want sour cream, Greek yogurt is a great alternative. So you can do that as well. And then you just make a couple of tacos, or you can do one soft, one crunchy. That's what my wife does. And there you go. You've got a nice taco night for Cinco de Mayo. And Fourth.
That's Allie's white people taco night recipe.
And I do carb-balanced tortillas.
Oh, those are the worst. Oh, are you kidding me right now? Those are garbage.
90 cal a tortilla.
Yeah.
There's like a picture.
70.
There's like a skinny silhouette on the label. All right. Well, there you have it. That's if you want to make the whitest tacos and make everyone equally upset at your Cinco de Mayo party. Follow Allie's recipe to a T. All right, Jake. Speaking of food, you have been, as you claim, fatty, fat.
Yeah.
And now you are nice and trim. You have
All
been.
thanks to the good folks at
Which mic are you on?
See, that mic doesn't work.
No, Jake was on the wrong mic, but that's fine.
Hello?
Yeah, there he is. Hi, Jake.
All
you had
thanks to the
tequila?
good folks at lasara.com.
Yeah.
Jake is so thin now, you can't even hear him on the microphone
Hey,
anymore.
has he gone clothes shopping, or is he going to wait to his target weight?
I'm
We
glad
want
you-
to take him on a shopping
We're
spree.
taking him a pretty woman shopping spree in Beverly Hills.
No way.
Pretty lady.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna,
we can walk out and say, no, I can't afford any of that.
we've got a big plan. It's going to be later this week because I think Jake is now officially down over 20 pounds. I don't know, he's got to hop on the scale today.
I know, I can see his neck.
Yeah, you can see Jake's neck for the first time in a while. Jake just had a reunion with his penis for the first time he said in a long time.
I said hello.
You can see neck lines.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Well, you can see they used to have a lot of crease.
Right.
You know, the crease was there for a long time, and now it's not there anymore.
Lasara.com.
It's all thanks to Lasara.
Hey, all right, Jake, whenever you're ready to hop on
Let's
the scale.
go.
This is the big moment now. Jake has been very fat, and he used to need help standing up.
I do
And
think his boobs are going down, too.
he's losing some
I know.
of his boob weight. He's on the scale. By the way, he's still got all his clothes on. His jeans. He's actually wearing full pants today for the first. Hold on, I didn't even see the number.
What was the number, Jake?
Oh,
Last
wait a
time
minute.
it was
Whoa.
181.
Guys, I will say this. I saw part of the number. It doesn't even start with 8 anymore. There's a
Really?
7. There's a 7 there now.
179.2.
Wow, dude.
That's pretty cool.
You've lost over 20 pounds now.
Yeah, man. It's
You must be using Allie's carb-conscious tortillas.
That's all I eat.
Yeah,
Are
that's
those
amazing.
70-calorie tortillas.
Carb balance.
Wow, Jake.
Since the shot, how much has your food intake gone down?
A bunch. That's like what it does. It helps you. It helps like curb your appetite.
But like 50%, 75%?
Yeah, over 50%, I would say.
Over 50%. That's nuts.
What's crazy, too, is you can save a lot of money not spending money on
Jake
food.
loves that. You still eating those giant
Beans?
burgers? The burgers from Grill 'Em All?
Beans? Yeah, I'm still eating beans.
You're so sad.
Jake is.
What do you mean? They're good beans.
All right. Now Jake's going to share his taco night recipe
It's beans
in a bowl.
Do you remember last week?
and Tillamook cheese.
Jake had to go to the grocery store. And he made
to get it on his list.
His shopping list was beans and water. And
I forgot beans.
And he forgot one of the two items. All right, well.
Well, congratulations, Jake,
Yeah, I'm
on your
stoked.
weight loss journey.
That's exciting. What a journey it's been. We got to come.
Thank you, Lasara.com.
All right, great. Good job. You really made up for lost time. We're going to come back in a moment. Johnny will be in here. It's a very special Cinco de Mayo edition of Johnny Doesn't Know. We'll get to that and so much more after this quick break. If you'd like to play, what do we have for grabs? A Monster Jam ticket. There we go. Decent prize. Up for grabs. Get you into Monster Jam SoFi Stadium on May 17th. 4-pack of tickets will be yours next.
Listen to K-Rock at 9 noon, 3 and 6.
This is Ezra from Vampire Weekend.
What up, Los Angeles? This is Group Love. You just got off stage at the Just Like Heaven Festival.
Your last chance to win your way in to Just Like Heaven. This Saturday, Brookside at the Rose Bowl. Over 20 bands, including Vampire Weekend, the return of Rilo Kiley, Empire of the Sun, Block Party. TV on the radio, Peter, Bjorn, and John, Slow Dive, Group Love, and more. Keep it on K-Rock to score tickets, courtesy of Golden Voice.
On the world famous K-Rock.
All right, it's time for the premiere that the world never asked for, but we're going to give it to you anyway. Allie had the balls, and you can see them in the video, to try on.
Never too old for those.
To try on what was at once Omar's biggest fetish, panty haul videos, all the rage on YouTube. It's models or usually attractive people trying on underwear. They claim it's so that other women can buy good underwear for them, but we're pretty sure it's just a bunch of perverted guys watching it.
Yeah,
Allie
which I
said-
did watch some other panty hauls before I made mine, and it doesn't seem like anyone is doing what I'm doing.
Well,
Like,
there's a
Usually
reason.
they kind of like sex it up, yeah, or you know they'll do like lacy underwear or thong underwear. So I haven't clicked on the link either. So
Allie, we're gonna watch.
it with
We're
you
gonna
guys.
watch this for the first time. This is Allie's video. It's on YouTube as well. It is our way of celebrating 100,000 subscribers to KROQ, his YouTube channel, where you can watch our show live every morning. So I'm gonna click on this. Hold on one second, and we're gonna listen to this together. If you'd like to be a part of this world premiere, this is Allie doing her first and last last ever panty haul. Well, I shouldn't say last ever. Who knows? Maybe it's super successful.
I don't think this is going to be successful.
Maybe this is how
I
you
really don't
become-
know why I've built up to this at all. It's going to be highly disappointing.
Also, all the penny haul videos get tens of thousands minimum, if not hundreds of thousands of views.
Millions of views.
Yeah,
mostly all just Omar.
Because of the quality of the panties.
So whenever you're ready, I'm going to hit play. We're all going to watch this for the first time. This is Allie's panty haul video.
It's on the YouTube Shorts on KROQ's YouTube page if you want to follow along.
All right, so here we go. Whenever you're ready, hit it and go.
I got 3 different brands of granny panties from Amazon. Let's try them on. First, I started with the H. Pavov high-waist ladies knickers with soft stretch in a 5-pack.
Hold on, pause it.
breathable.
I had to pause it in mine already.
I'm telling you,
They
you
are-
don't want this.
They are so big. I've never seen a bigger pair of underwear in my life.
Why are you lunging?
Because I wanted to show them that you can move around and they won't move.
And karate kicking for any reason? Why the karate kicks?
Just because I was feeling myself.
Okay.
That's
Hold
what
on.
you have to do
just spit out my
creative
coffee.
things. You can't just stand there.
Are these underwear for comedy's sake, or are they for real? Like, would someone wear these for real?
No, these are real. They had
For real,
they had
someone wear
comedic ones that were like, like gag gifts.
These aren't
I
the
didn't buy
comedic
those.
ones?
No,
They're pretty funny.
they're really.
They're
real.
so funny.
Okay, let's keep going.
Was right. These retail for $11.99 on Amazon. No camel toe.
Okay.
Oh, God, they're pulled up so... Wow.
I'm being
Allie.
sexy in them, though,
They
but
are
you see me
snug.
doing a little pout?
I will give you
I was
credit.
doing a pouty face.
You have... I'm telling you,
Outgross
this
myself.
this is your new low. It really is. But
I
like,
was thinking that as I was shooting
Oh,
it
there's your
upstairs
tattoo.
while
Hold
my... No.
oh, which you see her tramp stamp?
Okay.
Yeah. It's that weird thing on her belly button.
Okay, it's not
That's
a weird
blob.
thing on my belly. It was something until I got pregnant. Now it is kind of a blob. Let's keep going.
I also really enjoyed the color selection, and you can easily move around without them slipping.
I'm moving
Oh,
around.
Next
what-
up was the Petit Wiz's women's underwear 4-pack high-waist cotton gusset Nishamande 4-way stretch. These are cutting off the circulation just a little bit. Don't know how it's going to hold.
Pause again. Hold on. I need more of that
These I
tequila.
just had.
Let me have that tequila bottle over here. I got to do another shot.
You want another shot?
Where's the bottle? Is it still here? Can I pour this in my eyes, you think? Allie, hold
This
on.
is what you were being so complimentary of me during the show. I'm like, clearly he hasn't seen this
I haven't seen the
video.
video yet. Now I've seen it for the first time. I mean, I can't believe how much you're really going for it here.
When I lose a bet and I do something, I say I'm going to do it. I really do it.
Yeah, and this is the
I
week.
had to film this while my in-laws were downstairs watching TV.
This is the first swipe left I've seen all day.
Okay, thank you, Jake.
There is, first of all,
My kids saw this video.
people are loving it. I mean,
Bro, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go check out that teaser that Ali put up of that panty haul or whatnot.
I mean, people cannot say enough good things about it, Al. You're getting rave reviews.
Yo, just calling to say that Ali's freaking on my granny panty haul was looking a little bit hot. Like, yo, Ali, you looking a little milfy, girl. What the hell?
You look a little milfy, girl. All right, moving on. We only have about 25 seconds left of
Okay,
this.
so I put on a pair of. Are you at the blue polka dot ones yet?
Hold on. You're still wearing this weird black matching set here.
Oh, okay.
These I just had.
So the blue ones I just had, so I put those on. No.
And finally, for $7.19, Warner's Women's Blissful Benefits Breathable Moisture Wicking Microfiber Briefs. These came in toasted almond, butterscotch, and black. Don't breathe. Right, if you plan on staying in this position all day, these are a great buy. But there was one more option I heard about, and I couldn't post the video without trying. These were a 10 out of 10.
All right.
Get yours at the KROQ shop.
That's not a
Just
thing
kidding, that
anymore.
doesn't exist.
All right.
Bye.
Great video. Wow. What a surprising end to that whole thing. I didn't even see that coming.
It ends in me in a diaper.
Not enough tequila in the world for that one. Allie, well done.
Check it out on the YouTube Shorts.
Worth it for that last shot of you wearing the official KROQ Klein Alley Show rock pants. We're going to get out of
Kiss
here.
goodbye.
What a
Mwah.
fitting song to wrap up that chat with. This is messy. Sure is. Takeaways next, KROQ. Monster Jam tickets up for grabs. Postmaster Johnny has entered the studio for some Johnny Doesn't Know.
Hi, Johnny.
And,
What's up?
Happy Cinco de Mayo to you, since you're the only true Mexican on the show. Through and through. Vanessa claims she doesn't celebrate today. She hates today, she claims.
I don't hate today.
Well, I think that's what you were thinking when you were in here spitting out that tequila. But we're all celebrating. And but, Johnny, today is really your day.
Yeah, let's go, people.
And we'll figure out if you know what it is. Earlier, of course, we were listening to Jake talking to people at bars, and they gave us a bunch of thoughts about what today is.
Can you tell me what Cinco de Mayo is celebrating?
Christmas for Mexico, no?
So that was the best answer we got so far, and then it all went downhill from there. But we'll get into a round of Johnny Doesn't Know right now. All things Cinco de Mayo to get you ready for the day that you're in the middle of right now. People texting us from bars as we speak, which means those are celebrating. It's time for Johnny Doesn't Know. Here we go.
Johnny doesn't know.
Is this real?
Oh, Johnny doesn't know.
You can't use, like...
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
Your groin? Let's just say groin?
Johnny doesn't know.
Like, if I do, like, a thrust shot right to the genitals, like, off the backboard.
All right, Johnny. A very special Cinco de Mayo edition of Johnny Doesn't Know. Some of these questions I feel like we've asked you before. And as we've learned on this game, it doesn't mean that just because we've asked him before and he's answered before and we've told him the right answer, that he'll ever get them right a second time.
Yeah, I know. So.
In fact, more often than not, I think we've asked him what is gelato like 6 times, and he's gotten it wrong every single time.
What is gelato, Johnny?
It's ice cream. It's the ice cream.
Finally got to it.
Yeah.
All right, let's say hi to Kai in Anaheim. Good morning, Kai, and welcome to Johnny Doesn't Know. How goes it?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Great.
How's it going? Happy Cinco de Mayo. Here we go. Johnny, here's your first question.
Wow,
we'll go with that.
doing great.
Johnny, we'll start with this one. There are 2 animals on the Mexican flag. Name both animals on the Mexican flag.
He's going a shucks.
No, darn it. There's a bird. There is a bird. But it could probably be an eagle, though, because we have an eagle, too. So let's go, yes, there's a bird. And a snake. The seal of California has a snake.
You didn't even let me ask this guy if he would know or not. You jumped right into it.
I know.
I didn't even give this guy a chance to
How
say.
you feeling? You
want
to say no?
I didn't drink either, actually. This is natural.
Think Johnny's going to know this? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
After the fact. That'll be a practice one. We'll go to your first real question, Kai. Here we go. Obviously, Johnny, you know what Cinco de Mayo stands for.
Yeah.
Say that so we know that part.
I know what Cinco de Mayo stands for, yes.
Right. If someone were to say 14 de Julio, would Johnny know what that stands for? Kai, yes or no?
Yes.
You think Johnny will know what that means? All right. Cinco de Mayo, you know what that stands for. At least, I think you do. You still haven't said it, but... if someone were to say 14 de Julio, he thinks you will know what that means. Johnny, what is 14 de Julio?
July 14.
Wow, Johnny got it.
Come on,
Johnny's
now.
on the board. Come on, got it right. Hold on.
Dude.
All right, we go to Mark now in Encino. It's Johnny Doesn't Know. It's Cinco de Mayo stuff. Here we go, Johnny. Johnny.
Yes, sir.
If you're eating frijoles
Johnny,
for breakfast.
Hold me up.
If you're eating frijoles.
Get it together, man.
If you're
Come
eating
on.
frijoles for breakfast, what are you eating? Mark, will Johnny know this?
Yes, we did.
We did.
I think Johnny will know this. Johnny, don't let me down on my
All
birthday.
right, Johnny. If you're eating frijoles for breakfast, what are you eating for breakfast?
You can't even look at me, dude. His eyes are like glazed right now. Over here. Klein, I'm over here.
Hey, what's up, Johnny?
Frijoles, yes. My friends make fun of me because I eat it like almost every day. Beans.
Oh, so
beans.
great.
How much of this show is just fueled on beans?
A lot of the show. It explains
Beans
a
are
lot.
the greatest food in the world.
That's why I almost got those sound effects on the ready. Always. You never know when you're going to need them. All right, you got that right. Mark said you would get it right. Johnny, you're coming across like a genius in this round of Johnny Doesn't Know.
Oh, yeah.
And we say hi to Gil in Covina. Gil, here's the question that a lot of people couldn't answer. But what does Cinco de Mayo celebrate? Will Johnny know this one? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, everyone that Jake talked to at the bar got it wrong.
I think Johnny thinks he knows.
Right. The closest, I believe, was Joyce, who said this to us.
Joyce, can you tell me what Cinco de Mayo is celebrating?
I don't know. I'd have to Google that.
So she was the closest with, I'd have to Google that, followed by a snort.
Snort.
Johnny, you think he will know, Gil?
I think he won't know.
Will not know. All right, he's locked in on you will not know. Johnny, Cinco de Mayo, what is it celebrating?
So I remember on an episode of Phineas and Ferb, they were actually talking about this.
Oh, boy.
And Cinco de Mayo is celebrated by the Mexicans winning their independence from France in the Battle of Puebla in 1812.
Whoa.
Johnny.
And I gave the year, too.
Damn.
1812.
Johnny, I'm impressed.
Hold on, Gil. You doubted Johnny, and you are wrong. Johnny is proving that he knows everything. It's funny because when we did Johnny Doesn't Know Mexico, and that was just all things Mexican, he got almost all of them wrong.
Yeah,
and some of those
I
were easy
But
questions.
it wasn't winning independence.
Yeah, they just won the battle against the French.
Yeah, but for Johnny, that's as close as he's going to get.
Scoreboard.
I think that's 99% of the way there.
I would check those dates. I'm just impressed he knew Mexico was involved, to be honest.
Yeah, we were involved.
Even that's already incredible. All right, one final person gets a shot. Then now he's going to pick the winner. Monster Jam tickets will be theirs. Let's say hi to David in Garden Grove. Good morning, David, Garden Grove. How goes it?
Dude, this is going to be a good week of nipple piercing time.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's nipple piercing time on Wednesday. Yay me. Everyone's happy. All right, Johnny. Allie mentioned earlier that when she makes her white people tacos, she uses a certain type of white people cheese. Name 2 types of cheese that would be acceptable to use when making a quesadilla.
Like Mexican cheeses?
Just 2 types acceptable cheeses. There's some that are not acceptable for making a quesadilla.
Well, this is an opinionated.
It's not opinion.
question.
No, not opinion at all.
I'm a little caught, too, because I think there's something wrong here.
Hold on. David, will Johnny know this, yes or no?
I'm going to say no.
All right, Johnny.
That are acceptable.
Yeah.
I would say Mexican-style blend. The one that sells at Trader
See,
Joe's.
that's what I thought he would say.
Yeah.
Mexican blend.
I will accept Mexican.
Because it's white cheese and orange cheese.
I will
fine.
accept Mexican blend as one of your 2, even though I think that is a...
Oh, are you looking for caprese? Caprese is not acceptable for tacos.
What is
No,
he
because
saying?
that's an Italian thing.
That's an Italian thing.
Yeah,
That's
but
not Mexican.
You're talking about a salad with tomatoes
You're
and
talking
fresh
about
mozzarella?
caprese salad.
Isn't caprese the white balls?
No.
The white balls with the tomatoes.
No. Yes, that's a salad. but
Caprese.
You're way off, John.
So that's not acceptable.
Are you thinking of mozzarella cheese?
Yeah, he is. That's what he's
Yeah,
thinking.
that doesn't go on top. Well, you could. You know, we never discriminate against cheeses, actually, when you put it on tacos. You just accept it because the cheese is a cheese. Let's be real.
Al, you wouldn't agree that there's certain cheeses that, like, someone said, I made a quesadilla. You go, this has got Swiss in it. That's not a quesadilla cheese. Or you go, oh, this has...
but it melts all the
Yeah,
same.
but a lot of times
Feta.
there is cheddar or American cheese.
Right,
That's not a Mexican.
American
it's not
cheese,
like
no.
tortilla or
American
something.
cheese in a quesadilla? Get out of here with that trash.
It's orange cheese.
That's like microwave. That's Cheddar's orange
But
cheese.
brother, they all melt the
Monterey
same.
Jack, acceptable
This
cheese.
is too opinion
Oh,
based.
it's not. All right,
String
Allie,
cheese is not acceptable.
Thank you, John.
I have done that before in a pinch.
I know.
Yeah, that is not acceptable.
If everyone who got theirs right in this round of Johnny Doesn't Know Cinco de Mayo, who is getting the Monster Jam tickets? Allie's selecting at random now, and those tickets go to...
Mark, congratulations.
in Encino. Congratulations. You're going to go enjoy some Monster Jam. Those tickets are yours.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Happy Cinco de Mayo from KROQ.
I was looking at Vanessa through the window, and she was making a night-night mime.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to play another song. No?
No, we're going to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get out. We're going to
No.
We're going to
get in our cars now.
Thank you, Mr. Suave Agave, stopping by, getting us nice and sauced on this Cinco de Mayo. Thank you for interacting with the show. I wanted to remind everyone that if you want some VIP access to Just Like Heaven, you can win those tickets all day. But if you want VIP, Kevin Ryder, 420, catch of the day, back on KROQ. Catch of the day with Kevin Ryder, 420.
Catch of the day.
All right, I gotta lay down. Oh man! All right, I was not expecting all this.
It's a lot.
I've
I
eaten
didn't
nothing
expect
today.
it to hit me the way it did.
I should start eating more during the show.
Let's get tacos.
Ooh,
Hey, Vanessa,
I love it.
I'm on board for your birthday. Allie was going to get you those anyway.
I was going to make them for you.
She was going to make you some of her yogurt tacos. Get ready for that.
Yogurt
Those sound terrible. All right, takeaways from today's show. What do we got?
All right, let me see.
Quite a few funny ones.
Let me see.
Let me see.
208, my takeaway is when it comes to Allie, always vote. 310, my takeaway is today's show was an upside-down happy face with teeth.
That's a good rating system. If you missed Vanessa rating the tequilas, I recommend you check out the show either on YouTube, podcast version. Her rating system for tequilas is unlike anything I've ever heard before, and unlike anything anyone will ever hear again.
Well said. 310, my takeaway is PHG fired Jake. You done, son?
Yeah, what a sad day. We never heard from Pantyhose Greg.
Hey, yeah. I guess that shit took a lot out of him, huh?
Yeah, it must have taken a lot out of him. That show that he did last night at the
he did a day of rest.
At the Ice House. He fired, this is how the show started today. He fired Jake as his manager.
PHG here, Pantyhose Greg. I'm just calling to officially fire Jake. He was not at my show last night. He's supposed to be my manager. He hasn't done anything for my career. Jake, you're fired.
So ridiculous.
Jake's out. I actually got a text from some guy I know that works at CAA. That's a real agency.
Yeah.
Who said that they're interested in potentially bringing on Pantyhose Greg as a client.
Way.
Imagine he goes from Jake the Nerd and he goes over to CAA.
They're going to do less for him than I did.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I know. They definitely won't be at the comedy show.
I bet. How great would it be if we got him representation at CAA?
Like the nice-ass suit.
If anyone's working at a fine agency like a William Morris or any of these good, get Pantyhose Greg on your roster. Trust me, you will not be disappointed.
Sign us too, please. 210, my takeaway is don't worry, Allie didn't forget your birthday. She just didn't remember to text you about your birthday.
Yeah, do you want to admit now that you've had a few drinks that you did forget her birthday?
No, I didn't forget her birthday. I forgot to text her.
So then,
A lot of people forgot, actually. But I think that just happens when you get older. I accept it.
No.
the reason Vanessa's so upset about it is because she is a child. And when you're a child, there's nothing more important
when you're
than your birthday.
a grown-up, it's hard.
right.
Okay, and then 626, my takeaway is if you believe in something, go effing do it.
All right, have a great day. Do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. Jake, you have a takeaway?
Yeah, we want pre-vote. We want pre-vote.
Pre-vote. Omar, takeaway?
Rock the pre-vote.
My takeaway is that Vanessa loves hot dog tequila.
Loves her hot dog tequila. It's her favorite choice.
And cocaine tequila.
Allie, you got a takeaway? That was well said, too. Guys, let's just end it. Don't even talk. Goodbye.
My takeaway is dance party, dance party.
Dance party, dance party. Have a great day.
They feel that they feel that
Not all ideas are good ones. Need proof? Check out Klein Alley Show right now on YouTube. That's right, someone decided to let you look at these creatures that were originally only hired to hide in the shadows of this windowless studio. You've been warned. Klein Alley Show, now on YouTube, for some reason.
KROQ.